It's your boy Gabriel Hodder.
Matthew Oman, we are all fight, no flight, primal fear.
And you're watching BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. Yeah!
That's right, people. We are back for our final stream of this whole WrestleMania extravaganza, the Raw After Mania. BJ here, DG down there.
What's going on, everybody? Chef the Ref right next to BJ. We are in different spots. Just so you can see the logic in this because of our spots on the graphic.
There it is.
And we are still here doing this. Don't ask how we are doing it after this from Friday on. And then just to make a quick announcement, this Wednesday night will be on the Spokecast official YouTube channel doing our predictions and previewing of the 25th anniversary, the silver anniversary of the Backseat brand.
Yes, indeed. So, as you see, I'm wearing my Joe Hendry shirt because he did appear last night. But funny story related to this shirt today. I went out to the veterinarian's office because, my dog has a little bit of an issue right now. But I'm there, and the assistant to the veterinarian looks at my shirt and says, "So, do you believe?" I was like, "Wait, what?" So I was quite surprised. She asked me about that. We talked about that a little bit and mentioned our podcast here tonight. And so hopefully
that's just proof that everybody in the world but BJ believes in Joe Hendry.
Hey, so I'm wearing the shirt of a real indie wrestler, Brandon Downey.
Well, obviously, because Joe Hendry's not an indie wrestler
anymore.
I mean, he appears on the indies, but his primary gig isn't indie wrestling anymore.
Yes. Which is what they all aspire to.
Especially if you're representing your company in the middle of the ring at WrestleMania. Yes. Which I had somebody tell me today that on the show yesterday, if I never said that, they would have never expected it. And I kind of ruined it for them. Same thing with Becky Lynch, with us mentioning her.
It's what we do here. Mr. Pro Wrestling Focus down there.
But yeah, so we have about less than 13 minutes before the show starts.
Yeah, 12 minutes.
So I think we should start running down the tallies.
All right.
I have to just
here.
A quick thing.
Yes.
Getting what we were going to do, like the little kids belt type thing, might be a little hard to achieve at the moment, just due to the cash funds. But I'm going to figure out something else that maybe we can present as a product. Maybe I'll go back to being in like first grade, and I'll just make a paper belt real quick.
A macaroni belt,
the macaroni championship.
Yes, I love that.
With Cooper cheese.
That's what we need.
It's Cooper cheese macaroni. All right. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm sorry that your life is deprived that you've never had Cooper cheese.
Yeah, Cooper cheese is blatantly delicious.
But yeah, so
all right,
you do have the tallies for all this.
I do have the tallies. So shall we start with Stand and Deliver? We made predictions for Stand and Deliver, and both
I don't have graphics for those ones. But go ahead.
That's okay. All right, Stand and Deliver. We had third place with 3 correct predictions, the Danger Ginger. Number 2 with 4 correct predictions, BJ. And number 1 with 5, me. So there we go. I'm in the lead after Stand and Deliver. Night 1, we've got, let's see, where did I write the number down? There we are. In third place, BJ with 4. Second place, Danger Ginger 5, and I had the clean sweep with 7 on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we have Danger Ginger, only 2. And BJ and I tied with 5 correct. So the total, third place, Danger Ginger, 10. Second place, BJ, 13. First place, 17 out of 21 matches, yours truly. First champion.
Well, let's be honest. You're the ref here, so I think there might have been some type of WrestleMania weekend screw job here.
Well,
I'm going to pull a Chelsea Green, and I'm going to go speak to the manager about this.
Good luck with that.
I'm going to go find some type of authority figure, but unfortunately, I think I'm the authority figure. So, this. Come on, man! It's just the three of us, BJ barely remembers the show from the day before. I wouldn't be surprised if he forgot Becky Lynch returned last night.
No, I remember.
Wait, Becky Lynch returned? Wait, did something happen with her? Did she was she fighting for any reason? Was there any point to it?
You didn't hear? You didn't hear? She was actually in the main event of night one and pinned Roman Reigns in that main event, and Paul Heyman left with her.
What?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So just real quick before Raw starts, I'm going to run down some of the winners.
All right.
From last night, because I found these nice graphics. Credit to WWE that they posted. I would like to show. And since I brought up Becky, starting off with your new women's tag team champions, Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch.
After her replacing of Bayley, and we did talk about her being the potential replacement. BJ is the only one who picked Lyra and Bayley in the first place, and he stuck with his pick after it was announced that Becky was in. Kudos, BJ. You were the only one right on that.
I mean, I disagree with the dropping of the belts. I think we could have gotten a heel turn from either side. And I think a Lyra heel turn would have been real interesting because the Becky one, as was in the chat, was very obvious to call right away.
Yeah.
But the next, Drew McIntyre winning the Sin City Street Fight against Drew McIntyre. I'm really a fan of this graphic specifically as well.
It's almost as good as the selfie that he took last night.
Oh, that was beautiful. Jade Cargill beating Naomi.
Yeah. Well, that was on Saturday.
He had
night,
some
right?
also some outfit issues, apparently during and after the match when she was posing at the bottom of the ramp. I'm going to say I saw the evidence, but I'm not going to say where it was found or anything because I don't know where it was found. It was just presented in a group. We had, and what I was surprised about, Logan Paul defeating AJ Styles.
Yeah,
another cool graphic.
This is one that BJ and I both called correctly.
Tiffy, which, a lot of my picks I got wrong. I'm happy I got wrong, though, as well. Like, there were ones to where
one you got right. You got this one right.
Yeah. Chad Gable, El Grande Americano defeating Rey Fenix, who substituted for Rey Mysterio after injury on SmackDown Friday night.
Good to see Vikingo there.
And then, what to say, might not have necessarily been a shocker, but a shock in how it happened. Seth Rollins defeating Roman Reigns and CM Punk in the main event of night one.
Yep, sure did.
And then I was the only one that got this pick right, I do believe.
You were.
Dominic Mysterio winning the Intercontinental Championship. And now it's really funny. So, real quick with this one, I saw a meme earlier, and it's the one with the shooter sitting behind the other person in the church. I think it's from the Boondock Saints or whatever movie.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's this one person sitting behind the other, and it had Judgment Day Edge. And then, like, all the Judgment Day, Damian and Rhea. Then Judgment Day Finn. And then just had the sniper up in the perch with just Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
No
leaders.
We had Jacob Fatu winning the United States Championship.
Solo better love Jacob.
And now, in all honesty, I know a lot of people will say that John Cena and Cody Rhodes was the worst match of the weekend. I will get into why I don't think it was, even though it was, but why it was.
Yes.
Because in my eyes, this was the worst match of the entire weekend, hands down, was the New Day. Just because for me, the ending made no sense.
I was fine with the ending, but I mean,
I'm sorry.
I know your issues with the way the actual fall happened.
Yeah, like you're telling me that Ivar couldn't throw Xavier off of him. Absolutely ridiculous.
His cardio by that point of the night was over. It was shot. He was done. He needed a nap.
Yeah, that man wasn't that gassed. I couldn't buy that for $1 or take it for free. And then we had Io Sky retaining her championship, one of the few champions to actually retain throughout the weekend.
Yep.
It was WrestleMania's night 1 and 2. And then after what was a historic moment just in the landscape of pro wrestling, having accepting the Randy Orton Open Challenge was none other than TNA World Heavyweight Champion Joe Hendry. I understand that, because I will admit this, because we had a bit of the debate last night after it happened, me and BJ, and Chef can confirm this. I was not a Joe Hendry fan when I first saw him. I had to say,
asked me what are you doing clapping with this guy? I don't get it. And I was just like, it's fun.
But you know what? It's just seeing the work. It was seeing the work ethic, seeing how he did everything, and learning his story was how I became a fan. And regardless of who is the champions, it could have been Moose, anybody, right? Just the fact that another company's top champion was featured in a match with Randy Orton, that was the complete opposite of anything we expected, right? Because we were expecting this really big fight with KO. We were expecting
all of us
punt kick
Solo
again.
Yeah,
we were expecting something like that. And Triple H said during the presser last night, just that we knew we couldn't deliver on that type of heated story and feud. So they went the complete opposite route. Okay, Joe Hendry gets the rub just for being in the ring. And even Triple H told Joe Hendry, this is not going to be your last WrestleMania. You will be back. Yeah. Which, that says a lot for the people in the industry that Randy Orton was willing to do this. And apparently this plan went as far as back as the SmackDown when KO announced the injury and that he wouldn't be at WrestleMania. So this was actually planned. This was not like, this and that.
So
who can we just squeeze in there? Yeah. And the whole Solo thing, I guess, was a nice little red herring.
Away. Yeah.
And then to get through this before Raw does start, Jey Uso winning at WrestleMania and becoming the new world heavyweight champion.
I didn't actually watch the presser afterwards, but I heard Jay had a couple of libations on the bus.
Yeah. I enjoyed the John Cena segment the most which speaking of now, and John Cena in what many will consider the biggest worst match maybe in WrestleMania history, which now, in my opinion, since we are here, he did win number 17. We all kind of saw it coming,
Yep, we all picked it.
And how we had the same reaction to the match, right? We were like, it felt like it ended abruptly. What the hell was this? And how could they march that out in front of us as the main event of WrestleMania for the entire weekend? And now I counter with this. What if that was the plan? What if this is all part of the John Cena story? How else do you start by ruining pro wrestling for the fans than by ruining the Super Bowl of pro wrestling being WrestleMania? Yes. That is a big first shot fired in the situation.
He's on a mission.
In the story.
On a mission to ruin wrestling. He said it himself.
So, it is a very interesting way to look at it. And if anybody's been paying attention, we would have kind of saw it coming, but I don't think we just didn't expect the match to be like that. And the big problem, it maybe isn't even the way the match went. It's the fact we had no payoff to The Rock, which is a very heavy criticism that I have. Like, we had seeds of stuff planted, and what did we get? Nothing. Trap Scott is what we get, and Cody gets to give him a receipt for the slap with a crossroads. Just for Cody to have a personal conflict, whether he should or shouldn't hit John Cena with the belt. You hit Cena with the belt. You hold your integrity high that you did what you had to do to save pro wrestling and to save the WWE.
We are inside 10 seconds to start.
Mine's already started.
3, 2, 1, and go.
And I'm about 2 seconds behind you. Maybe
Okay.
even more now, because now my TV wants, every time I connect my headphones to it, it wants to be weird.
Okay.
And now I'm stuck in a loading screen. Beautiful way to kick off the Raw after Mania, everybody. But thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes, indeed.
We appreciate everybody sticking with us throughout the weekend. Oh, I just have live events about to start screen.
Yep, now it's a Netflix bug going up now.
Yep. All right,
and
I just got
just starting then.
All right, so I am the furthest behind.
Forever.
It's not even giving me an option to jump live. So the timer was completely BS, because now once the show started, it took all that work. It was just like, well, okay, now we're not going to let you adjust anything at the moment.
So I read an article earlier today. I forget where it was from, that Jeff Hardy was another leading contender to beat Randy Orton's opponent.
I did see that as well. But I think something happened to where he just wasn't available for the show.
He's like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Who's my opponent? Randy Orton.
Oh, no, he ain't putting a screwdriver through my ear.
That weekend.
Yeah, he's not putting a screwdriver through my gauged ear again. So we're kicking off the show with a recap of WrestleMania weekend.
As expected.
So real quick, overall, what was your guys' reaction of both nights of WrestleMania combined?
I don't know where it would fit into its place in the tier list of WrestleManias yet. It hasn't really all sunken in yet. And without having seen any aftermath, you know what I mean? There's still unknowns about that.
Which I think is part of the Cena story that we need as well, is his promo tonight.
We need the next, we need the motives. We need we need some kind of explanation before we can even start to place it, to see where it sits in among all the other WrestleManias. But overall, I preferred night 1 to night 2. But even so, it was good, but nothing really blew me away. You know what I mean?
It was that's my same feeling. It was like a middle of the pack WrestleMania. It was not the worst WrestleMania by means. It might be remembered for having the worst night 2 main event in the 2-night WrestleMania era, but a lot of people have also trying to fault it to there being 2 nights, and it's not one. I'm sorry. I even have trouble sitting through a 14-match AEW card now.
Oh, yeah.
And I love, anybody that knows me knows, I love pro wrestling. So Brenda in the chat, combined mediocre at best. Yeah, very mid. That's where I'm at. It's not the worst. We're not talking about, what was it, WrestleMania 2 or something like that? Considered one of the worst ever.
The WrestleMania that almost killed WrestleMania.
Not 34. There's a couple there. I know 9's not considered exactly in the highest light either, even though I believe 10 had the ladder match, right?
I'm not sure which one by number.
But I think it's the same one that had Brett Owen. That was only one of the few highlights of that card as a whole.
All right.
But,
Barry, shush.
Barry had to let himself be. Look, I actually understood what he said there.
Would you translate for him? Yeah, he's talking about Braun.
He said Braun Breaker should have won last night.
Yeah, he got screwed by Dom.
Yeah. No, he didn't get screwed by Dom. Dom took advantage of an opportunity after Finn Balor had already put him down.
That's fair.
But I feel like this was one of those weird WrestleManias where, as I was saying throughout the week, where some storylines finish up and others start, I have a feeling this is the start of a storyline. And if Cena comes out tonight, he's like, I purposely sandbagged the main event. I purposely did this.
Yeah.
You know what? That might reshape the thoughts of how we feel about that main event. Like I said last night, I know it's a little bit of controversy about how I had match of the week and my match of the nights, but I kind of think of it as a 3-2-1, or like in the NFL. Your offensive player of the year in each conference are never the MVP of the league. So it's kind of giving that recognition, Those were the matches of the night, but the MVP match of the entire weekend was Drew and Damian.
When you explain it that way, that makes sense.
Well, I'm Ginger. I'm not supposed to make sense.
Yeah.
I gotta leave you guys.
Paul Heyman arriving now.
Yep, I've got that too. A door just opened. Paul stepping out.
I have the car pulling up now.
Knock, knock. Seth looking like a banana.
Oh, Paul Heyman on the Pat McAfee show today. Absolutely brilliant.
Wow, yeah, Seth really is looking like a banana.
There's
banana.
One amazing wrestler.
The only thing he's missing is being a banana in pajamas.
And there's Seth's wife.
We got the women's tag team champions.
Lyra 2 belts.
We got Judgment Day walked in.
Just real quick, I'd like to bring up again, what does it say about that? These 2 nights of WrestleMania. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back.
Good to see Carlito's alive.
Hold on. Interesting. Finn Balor, not with the Judgment Day.
No, he is not.
Well, I would like to say, what does it say for the growth and the long-term effect that NXT has now had on the main roster as a whole, with how many former NXT alum, from just being drafted last year all the way to Seth Rollins and Roman, who I would think are the two longest tenured NXT people?
I believe so.
At the moment, right. What does it say for that?
Yeah,
the growth. The growth.
They have a developmental brand.
Yeah, no, but that their developmental brand is producing WrestleMania main eventers. It's just,
well, I mean, it has for a long time
now. The crowd just the is idea that across the card,
where in previous years we couldn't look across the card and be like, oh, that's an NXT person. That to where now we're looking at that like, hey, I remember watching them 10 years ago at NXT when they were still green, like a screen behind somebody. And we kick off
Cena
the show.
comes out with the belt backwards again.
Oh,
just did like you see walked out with it last night?
Did you see the photo with Triple H after the match? He had his back turned just with the belt facing out for the photo.
Did not see Cena, the photo, but nice.
Cena's presser, he got asked 3 questions. His reply to all 3 questions is, that's clickbait material. I won't answer that.
Reporting.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. And how he started. I need to work on my relationship with the press now, with this being my last run and me being the champion. Cena even repeated a lot of that stuff on the McAfee show last night.
Yeah, that backwards belt, I haven't seen anyone do that before. I like the what he's symbolizing with that there. I'm a little surprised the belt up and letting the crowd cheer it.
You know, I saw a lot of people talking about booing Cody last night and Cena getting cheered. Cena has been in WWE 23 years now. He gets it's kind of the Rey Mysterio Undertaker treatment. We know that they're legends, right? We know that they're earning something and that they saw history. But in the long run, you don't think that...
Yeah, it's like how Dom got cheered last night, like legit cheers, even though he came in the match a heel. He got legit cheers by the end of it because everyone recognized, hey, he did a good job here. He's done a lot since he's come into the league, and here he is. He's got a belt to prove it.
Wrestle Realm, how you doing? I don't know how we're still going, to be perfectly honest, but we are here and we are mush, but we are here for it.
Yeah, talking's easy. We do it all the time. highly split crowd here tonight. Definitely highly split.
This is a typical Cena crowd, right? This is respect from the fans by doing the chant.
Yeah, honestly, it's what it's been for the last 20 years. So, yeah. He's actually, I thought he was going to give the dude a tip. No, he's just giving him a script.
Did you guys see that sign, Dwayne, show up to work?
Does he have somebody just reading his promo? That is beautiful. That is top tier. Gentlemen, I will be here just behind this beautiful video here, letting people know how to find us every week.
And gave him a script and made him redo it.
Because I will be munching.
That's good.
That was great. I love the meme I saw online where it's like everybody wanted Rusev, but instead they got his lawyer. And it's a picture with Joe Hendry played his lawyer from years ago. Absolutely great. I like that 17th side plate. He ran the fans down on the McAfee show this morning, too. This is what he talked about, functional relationships, on his appearance. Damn right, Cena. I hate to say I agree with them, but it's really weird that
You're wrong.
Is it really weird that I actually see Cena in the ring for once?
Yeah.
Dan, so do I.
Chanting "We are sorry."
Yes, they are chanting "We are sorry" chant. These marks, absolute marks.
We aren't sorry.
They're still marks. That's all I'm saying.
There's the a-hole chant.
Vince is here? Where is he?
Hogan fears union sign.
Oh my God. He said I might be an anus. Oh my God. Is that even PG?
That's a technical medical term, so sure.
As long as the ref allows it.
It's all Cena's got left.
We got Cena now counting down his remaining dates, which we are at 27. That's
Less than a total month.
show up every week but not defend it. That's beautiful. Way to ruin pro wrestling.
He's a man on a mission to ruin pro wrestling.
Wow. The rundown of former WWE champions who have held that championship.
He excluded Hogan.
Who?
Yep.
I know who Chris Benoit is, but I don't know who this Hulk Hogan is. Do we see Cody or do we save him for SmackDown? He said his name.
No, we're not seeing him tonight. We're not seeing him tonight.
I'm thinking we don't see him for a while.
Maybe a couple weeks.
Vacation time, well overdue.
Agreed. After the run since what? Saturday Night Main Event in January?
Since last year when he won the belt.
Well, no. I'm talking about like all the big matches, like in a row all of a sudden. That ladder match.
I'm just saying he's carried the company as champion for a year now. Give it the belt to someone else and give him a couple weeks off.
Cody needs to raise those numbers. Roman did it for over 1,000 days.
Yeah, and he showed up for about 30 of those.
Still more than John Moxley ever defended the United States Championship when he had it. Ruthless aggression. That was a nice walk down history lane.
John Cena has a heart.
Well, we know he doesn't have a soul. He gave that to The Rock. Is he doing a 5-second pose? Everybody pulls out their cameras. I love it. Marks, the whole bunch of them. Oh, Randy Orton has
three
appeared
most
behind
dangerous letters
John
in professional
Cena
wrestling.
and has hit an
RKO.
RKO on our new undisputed WWE champion.
That needed
The
to.
legend killer has returned.
I did hear some rumors about
Yes.
being Cena Orton at Backlash.
So is Randy Orton to get revenge for Cody? Because he said, regardless of who won, he was coming after it.
Well, here he is coming after it.
Wow. I thought we'd at least get a little bit, maybe see it on SmackDown, right?
No, we're getting Randy. Randy coming
Standing tall,
after Cena
over Cena with
right
the belt.
now. Yup. Oh, yeah. I mean, this could have happened 10, 15, 20 years ago at this point, but sure, we're getting in 2025. I'm here for it.
Drapes the belt
it did.
for Cena.
It was a good 2-year feud they had.
Yeah.
And then the 1 year where it was just them hot shining the title back and forth after his feud with Edge.
Pretty much, yeah.
But they had some great matches. That was one of those things where I didn't care that the title got hot shotted so much between them because we always got a quality match out of them every time. And they figured out how to keep you interested. And that's saying a lot for the bad time in WWE. But a lot of people consider that low.
What was that, 15, 20 years ago?
Dude, we could probably go back as 2015 and possibly have seen this match happen. I remember when they had the tag team and take on the entire roster, and they did that that AA into the RKO where Cena just threw him into Orton's RKO. I forget who it was, but it was John Cena and Randy Orton in a handicap tag team match against 12 people. And they somehow won.
Yeah, that sounds about right for the booking of the day.
That might have been 08, 09.
Really, McAfee? Really?
No, wow, Pat. You really used all your good clothes for the Pat McAfee show at Wrestlemania, huh?
Oh, good Lord. What the hell is that? Is that a suit vest?
I don't know what that is. That's definitely not. That's a zip-up vest made out of
made out of
material.
Yeah.
Yes, here we are critiquing currently Pat McAfee's outfit.
It's what we do here on BJ and DG Talk Wrestling.
As now it looks like they are now talking about showing stuff from the result, what led to this result from WrestleMania Night 2.
Yeah, Becky Lynch returning, Lyra hugging her, and then they go out and proceed to beat Living with
oh my God, the chick crying in the crowd. Look, BJ is so disgusted by Becky Lynch's return, he has now gotten off cam.
I do have to say one thing. It is good to see that green shirt guy was in the crowd front row in his usual spot tonight. He did not suffer any real ill effects from the Stone Cold crash last night.
Oh, did you see the video online that when Stone Cold was on TV to go up the ramp, he missed it and went to the dead end, like he was going to drive on the side of the ramp and had to back up.
Oh, Steve.
He had one too many Steve Weisers last night, I think. Or he was still severely hungover from partying after the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
and might not have slept.
Right,
sounds like
Raquel coming out
the
to the
ring
ring
announcer was having some trouble there. His mic was cutting in and out. Oh, there we go.
Yep, we got an announcement.
Oh, wow. We are about to have a direct rematch. The ring announcer just said for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yep. All right.
Liv and
So
Raquel
here
win
we
them
go.
back.
A WrestleMania
you're going with them back.
rematch.
Yeah, here we go. Straight up rematch right off the bat. All right.
So is it Lyra turning on Becky or Becky turning on Lyra?
Or does Bayley return and screw them out of the titles, allowing Becky and Lyra to retain? Or do we, or as you said, or do we get Lyra or Becky to turn on one another, and somehow, or we get the sparks of that?
I would say that Becky doing the attack would make more sense since Lyra took away her NXT championship. And Seth's also a heel now, so got to keep the married people the same side of the locker room.
Well, I think it would be interesting to have Lyra turn. I just think it would create a very interesting. I love, by the way, how BJ's sitting with the graphic. His arm is almost perfectly lined up with the graphic.
Yep.
I think I'm wearing the same shirt in that picture too. No, I'm not. I'm wearing.
Nope, you're wearing, and I'm just clicking random things. Don't mind me here.
So now I'm all alone by myself. Oh no, wait, there you guys are. What the heck is that guy in laundry?
I don't know. He's doing laundry.
That's the
laundrador. He's a laundrador.
Oh, okay, sure.
You gonna fight El Grande Americano next?
No, that's El Grande Laundry.
I really have to do laundry too. I didn't get any done this weekend. I was too busy watching wrestling.
I did laundry today. I was a responsible adult for part of my day. Considering that I didn't get to, considering I had a really late night last night due to other reasons, so I actually didn't get to sleep till about 5:30 this morning, and then yeah, it was a rough night. All Things Podcast
laundry day, but I decided to push
How
it up.
You doing? Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. I didn't get up till almost noon.
I was up and moving around 9:30.
I wish I tried. I woke up at 9, turned on Busted Open, fell asleep, and then woke up for when it was Dave, Mark, Bully, and them. And all I got out of that before I got a phone call was Dave LaGreca's complete rant about WrestleMania, which they have it on YouTube, that whole episode. I actually highly recommend going and hearing his rant because he absolutely agrees with the sentiment of the majority of fans of how we felt, especially about that ending. Not the fact Cena won, but the ending that, hey, you bring the Rock in. You tell us that we're going to enjoy the ride. Okay, so why did you get involved? It's almost the same thing as we wait to try to connect it back to Bad Blood, right?
They were even selling Rock shirts.
And the only thing we don't even get the Rock. Like, if he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania, he should have never been involved from the storyline from the start because you set up expectations for a huge letdown being Travis Scott. You couldn't have anybody else who's an all-time
was that
big
part of the
heel.
plan for Cena to help Cena ruin wrestling by promoting The Rock? And hey, here's Travis Scott instead. That'll ruin it.
Did they promote him?
Not really promote, but heavily hinted that The Rock was going to be
No,
there.
It's not the
and everything. And
it's the idea.
He was never actually promoted. No,
but he was part of the story, a part of this thing. Like personally, it was me. If I had the pencil, I think I'd go with the idea of forming a new corporation of sorts, and I would have sent out Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman first, and then have Rollins come out because he was there to protect Cody last year. What if he was the one who cost Cody this year and sided with John Cena, doing what's best for business?
Paul Heyman's all about doing what's best for business. Hey, Fluffy.
Oh man! Apparently, during the comedy thing yesterday,
the roast,
Paul Heyman said something about Fluffy, and they almost got into it. And Paul Heyman's on the McAfee show. He's like, "I'm not one to come out and say I can kick anybody's ass, but I can kick Fluffy's ass." And he said that straight up on the McAfee show.
I believe that, yeah. Oh God, these AS clowns from Pat McAfee
also,
show.
something else Heyman said that was very interesting. It was about Seth Rollins. He brought up when Roman returned in 2020 how that was the position he was in, and he compared
and Gigi Dolan in the house.
Yes, they are.
They compared
next number one contenders.
Yep.
Open up their.
They had compared it. He compared it to where
That's
Seth
a lot
Rollins
of
is
glitter.
now. And Heyman said Seth Rollins now, after winning that triple threat, is where Roman was and building up
BJ,
the bloodline.
avert your eyes.
So I just
avert
thought
half of your eyes at least. Just kind of block out that right half of the left half of the screen, whichever half she's on.
Thank you for letting me finish that thought.
Sorry, but I was too amused by BJ.
You know,
not sure that's BJ.
Anyway, I'll put you in the penalty box for a moment so you can regain yourself. So what do you think of the idea that Roman Reigns or that Seth Rollins is now in that Roman Reigns type position after coming back and started to build to their bloodline, that now he has Paul Heyman and they're building something new, starting a new story now? Because now the bloodline story's all but dead, right?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. You could still bring it into play later at some point with, with Fatu or Solo or someone. It could always come into play. But right now, I mean, I think it's best for them anyway to get away from that.
Yeah, like acknowledge the bloodline still maybe exists somehow, but they're not an active group.
They're not a faction at the moment. They're just
like we could have all the members of we could have had Shawn Michaels and Triple H on the same show back in the day, both baby faces, but they weren't DX necessarily.
Right.
One question, real quick. BJ, what do you think of them using Becky's music and not Lyra's to come out?
Pop.
Although Lyra is a double champion, I mean, Becky is the legend, Yeah, and it makes for, I mean, both of them make for a great pop, but,
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm not reading too much into that at the moment. That's right.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. That's Becky's version that way.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Burn it down.
You turned it into a Tom Waits song. Nice. Burn it down.
Ow. Liv just kicked Becky in the back.
Ooh, Becky with a vicious
and
forearm.
And side, midsection. Elbows back and forth.
That kick to the gut right there. That looked nasty.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Tagging Lyra.
Do hot tag.
Ooh.
Up and over for Liv with the double team.
Got a very
interesting.
Spot.
Little spring from nowhere from Lyra there.
That was nice. I've never seen anything like that. Just a standing crossbody.
Yeah, that was different.
While I wasn't looking at everything and I was speaking to Mrs. Danger Ginger and my niece, great job calling the action there, guys.
Thank you. Ooh, nice kick to the head from Lyra. Like basically stepped up Liv's gut to get it to her face.
Yes, absolutely was.
Springboard.
Oh, wow, that was nice little use of Raquel to redirect Lyra. Used her to redirect herself onto Raquel's partner.
I would just like to say real quick, I feel like that might have almost been an accident. Like Raquel was going to throw her. Just to throw her.
Well,
like the setup of like the setup of the move, right? She's going for the bulldog, and you obviously see Raquel pushed her.
Yeah, and then Lyra used it as a rebound move.
And it looks like we're going to commercial here. Hot start to this match.
Yep, because we're in the United States, we get commercials.
So, You guys, I know BJ thinks that the titles change hands again tonight after 24 hours. Chef, are you in agreement with that, or do we have a title?
No, I'm not. I
here?
think Becky and Lyra keep the belts here tonight. You know, we're going to be flopping our picks tonight.
How much I disagree with the title change. I wouldn't mind another title change as long as it comes with a heel turn or something that makes sense for that. If they
happens, then yes.
If they just Zack Ryder this whole thing because of a fan's reaction, well, the idea that fans have compared Becky Lynch to Hulk Hogan, and the whole idea, she won a tag team championship. She didn't win the Royal Rumble like Charlotte did and get hot shotted into the main title. The last time they did that was when she beat Bianca Belair, and they had the uproar that then. But with that,
Bianca
you know me, I was
seconds.
I was all for that 24-second match or whatever.
I thought it was 9 seconds.
I don't know what it was, 6 seconds. But that doesn't matter. Bianca Belair lost the championship. That's what counts.
Yep, she held it for less time than Drew McIntyre.
But just for me, I don't see it like that. Like, Becky was gone for a long time. Did she need to be in that spot? No. But story-wise, it made complete sense. Now it's just, where do we go from here? How long does this run last? I don't expect it to be a long run. Because now if they're going to let the NXT women tag teams have serious shots now, like they have been, that does open up the door as well with the crossover with TNA. Hey, maybe we get one of those teams. Like, imagine Spitfire popping up on NXT or now in these situations. Because I think it opens the door now with Joe Hendry appearing at WrestleMania. We might be opening the door for TNA talent to cross over. I like that to cross over to the main roster now. For BJ's sake and his sanity, I'll be honest, I hope it's a night that he might not necessarily, be around to watch Raw, and we get like Joe Hendry on Raw or SmackDown, because BJ completely buried TNA last night. They are a dead company now that championship has appeared at WrestleMania. The unthinkable has happened. TNA is a sinking ship. WWE will own them by the end of the month.
Wow, I didn't know BJ had that power. Good on you.
And then Joe Hendry will be fired, and he'll be wrestling in some bingo hall in front of 2 fans getting paid with hot dogs and high fives.
As long as it's our bingo hall.
As long as it's our bingo hall. Yes. If it's the 2300, I'm okay with that.
That doesn't taste very good.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a fun review.
Yeah.
Not getting any iced tea flavor off that?
No, I am, but it's like a weird kind of iced tea flavor. Like,
show the can again. Can you show that can again real quick? Chef,
show
call
your
the
can,
action.
BJ.
Hold on, if I can figure out how to do this properly. There we go.
There it is. All right, so we got Lyra trying to get over to the corner of Becky, and she makes it, and Raquel gets over to Liv. 2 fresh women in the match. Man, Liv's going to be not so fresh after taking all these hits from Becky.
Becky Lynch came in firing.
That BJ's drinking.
And special guest.
And Raquel goes right into
on
Liv.
My cam here. My wonderful niece.
Welcome back.
Hi to everybody. Hey, wipe your mouth.
Can we get a yeet?
Wave hi to everybody. Yeah, they want to yeet. 1, 2. No, she said no yeet.
No. Oh, no yeet. No yeet.
Come on.
Becky firing up. Liv getting up. She's got her in position. Oh, Liv reverse. Roll up for a 1. Becky.
Hold on. Instead, it's the 1. Instead, she wants to acknowledge the tribal chief.
All right.
There we go.
Once to the sky.
I guess it's a maybe. This must be the solo acknowledgement.
Red rum.
Red rum. Red rum. Becky countering Oblivion. Into the manhandle.
Liv just yanks her right off. Raquel yanks her off of Liv, rather.
Yeah.
Raquel drags Liv over to the corner to tag Liv.
Hey, it's
That is
effective.
good. You know what? That's something I've seen more in recent years, and I absolutely. Oh, we got the yeet.
Oh, yeet. Raquel kicks Becky in the face as she's coming in for a move. And as Raquel's going up top, Becky just hits her in the butt.
Becky looks like she's setting up for something off
The
the
butt
top.
shot.
Lyra back into
Becky.
it. Oh, so they're setting up for a double move here.
Yeah, Lyra coming up there, joining them. Hot tag to Becky. Lyra's now legal.
Oh,
Raquel blocking it.
Looks like we're in
Liv.
store for a tower spot.
Okay. Oh, power bomb to Becky in the ring from Liv.
Wow. Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, Raquel preventing the wardrobe malfunction for Lyra.
big spot coming up.
Lyra's feathers flying all over the place. And boom, down goes Lyra. 1, 2, no.
That was a nice power bomb off the top rope there.
Yeah. That was a nice
Very
move
well
by Liv
done.
there, that whole little flippy thing to get Becky there.
Yeah, she had to
And
place
then
herself
Raquel
perfectly.
just showing off her just power. Gets her to the WW in the middle of the ring from the corner.
All women laid out.
Yep.
Raquel's
Who's
first
getting
to her
up
feet.
first?
Becky rolls out. Liv rolls out. It's Lyra and Raquel. Sets her up for, Lyra reverses it anyway. Standing drop kick. Raquel to the corner. Lyra's hurt. She's barely making her way over to her.
Yeah, really
Got her up
holding
and
her
trying to
arms.
get her up for an F5 or something, but couldn't do it.
Yeah, she's really having
Lyra
trouble
to the
lifting
corner.
her off
Springboard.
there.
Second rope. Spinning DDT. Lyra for the cover. No.
Say bye to
Almost thought
everybody.
Raquel was going to reverse that there. Bye.
Lyra gets her up in the F5 position.
This is a bye two finger.
All right.
Oh, she hits
Up.
it. Raquel's foot's under the rope.
Wow.
Still hasn't hit it yet. There it is.
Her foot's in the rope. Her
Yep.
foot.
Yes.
That wasn't
Nope,
even
nope.
needed.
Out of
No,
nowhere.
her foot was
attacking
under the
Liv.
rope anyway. Liv just made it easier to see.
Now, I'd like to also say that it made sense for Becky to come back because the last time we saw her was also against Liv.
Yeah. Yep.
Lyra comes flying out
Lyra
of nowhere.
knocks Liv down, coming through the middle ropes there, goes up to the top corner.
Oh, big boot from Raquel.
As
One.
Lyra jumps in.
That boot looked
Lyra's
like it
knee.
legitly connected.
Yeah.
1, 2, 2.
Wow, wait a
Raquel
minute.
looks like she's
Hold on,
taking
am
some
I
damage.
ahead of you now, Chef?
Yeah,
you
somehow
are.
I'm behind everybody now, somehow.
Hey, real quick,
That replay of that boot. Ow.
Hey.
Yeah,
Can we
Lyra
see a
looked like
timer
she
on
legit might have
Netflix?
gone out for a second there. And then Raquel
No,
using
we
Liv as a
can't.
weapon. Ooh, well, trying to use Liv as a weapon, that backfired.
Oh. Raquel going for the big boot, gets hung up on the top rope. Lyra dumps her over. Liv coming after Raquel.
Yeah, wow.
Liv coming after Lyra. Lyra counters. Standing in Zaguri.
And
Lyra
Lyra held
picks up
herself
Liv.
in the ropes there.
She's got her up in that position, going for, I
Yeah.
don't know what that move is called. Raquel saves Liv.
It's almost like the
I'm in
one-winged
that
angel,
attitude
right?
adjustment position again.
Yeah. Oh.
It's kind of like the
Raquel
one-winged
kicks
angel,
Becky
besides
right
it's
off.
not from the electric chair.
Liv moves out of the
Everybody's
way.
got each
Lyra
other's
turns
leg.
to
Oh,
Raquel.
Becky gets
Raquel knocks over Becky. Here we go. Here comes the turn. Liv is fired up. She hits it up.
Oh, here we
Don't know what
go.
that's called, but
Liv
she hits
setting it up. Hitting Oblivion on
Three. There it is.
Lyra.
Oblivion. Yeah, well.
1, 2,
One.
3.
So here comes
Wow.
the turn. Here comes the turn. Becky has no idea what's going on.
Short-lived championship reign. Your winners. And now, 4 times. Four
And
times.
BJ was right with his call again.
WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Wow.
Liv almost
Now,
passes.
do we get the heel turn from somebody?
We have it set up with this move right here.
And Lyra
This
taking the
move, Lyra connects
pinfall.
with Raquel. Raquel flies right into Becky.
Yeah, and now with Lyra taking the pinfall, it gives Becky the reason to turn heel.
Or Lyra.
Nah, I think because Becky she lost the titles.
Right, or
she got pinned. I agree.
Or Lyra turns heel because she doesn't see that Becky was taken out and she expected her to come and break it up.
Oh,
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, they're both looking at each other.
Yeah, they're going to drag this
bit.
out.
I want to see it. I want to see it happen now. Come on.
Yeah, if you're going to do it now.
Do it.
First big moment
Do
on the
it.
Raw. First Raw
Do it.
after WrestleMania. Turn to the
Becky
dark
turns.
side.
Becky turns.
Yeah, hug it out.
And there it is.
And there it is, Becky.
Clothesline.
Yep.
From Becky Lynch to
Becky
Lyra.
fired up.
Yep.
Becky Lynch
You
has
lost the title on
heel.
first. You've been going to iron.
Lyra just curling up in shock.
Like a scalded dog.
Yeah, right? It's like a child. Like, you give them a little tap on the hand because they did something wrong, and they just look at you like a deer in headlights.
Becky comes flying back in. She ain't done.
Becky is not done. Raining down hands on Lyra. This is why you don't mess with Ginger.
I'm just disappointed.
This is what this is a Ginger snapping situation, all right?
She's a fake Ginger. She's not a real Ginger.
Well, we don't know.
That was Jade last night or the night before, whichever night that match happened. It all comes together. It's all one big blur now. It looks like Becky's still not. Lyra,
she's not coming to apologize, is she? Nope.
Manhandle slam to Lyra. Actually, that was more like the Uranagi style. She didn't hit the rock.
Picking her up by the hair again.
And another one.
People's rock bottom.
Becky, I guess we're getting what we expected out of all this. Just a night later, we are going. Looks like Becky Lynch is in pursuit now of the women's.
Oh, she's going back for more. Oh,
are we going to throw another manhandle slam?
Now you know what?
Yes, Mrs. Danger Ginger.
Think about it.
No.
A year and a half ago, she dropped the title.
Yeah, we've covered all that.
Okay?
Yeah, that was an old discussion.
She's coming back for her title with vengeance.
Yeah, well, we covered all this earlier at the beginning of the show. You weren't up here.
You should really watch our podcast.
Yeah, well, I don't know why she has to watch the podcast. She's always here to at least hear my side of it.
I'm gonna watch the podcast so I can hear the other two.
That would make that would be logical, highly logical.
Oh,
all right, let's see what they call the highlight of the night from Minute Maid. All right. The flamethrowers. All right. That was a hot spot. Well, I've been abandoned. Everyone ran away from me. All right. So, we got the whole match. I'm guessing that they're just giving this whole match the highlight of the night, which I gave it match of the weekend personally. My match of the night for Saturday, my match of the weekend overall. Yeah, this one hit on all cylinders for me personally. How about anyone else there?
Yeah, agreed. Definitely the best thing on the card.
Yeah, and nobody saw Seth Rollins coming. Oh, wait, one person did. Oh, Paul, you dastardly villain. Even when you're dealing with villains, you are the bigger villain. Right in the twig and berries. And then we got the Roman smear job coming up next. Well, I mean, he was his wise man for what, 5 years? All right, All Things Wrestling Podcast. Ayo, Paul was cooking at the roast and on the McAfee show. I saw some of the McAfee stuff. Unfortunately, the roast will never see the light of day, from my understanding, because they made everyone put their cell phones in bags. There was no video cameras.
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, some way, that there's like somebody who was a part of the event might have some footage that could eventually leak. But I know, and if WWE were to release it, it'll be probably released on YouTube for everybody in one shot.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, did anybody see the trailer for the new WWE show on Netflix coming out, where they pulled the curtain back on everything and show us how they did the build to everything?
Yeah.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Look up the trailer.
We got the New Day coming in next.
It's a new show where they talk about, it looks like the lead up to WrestleMania this year. And it really pulls.
They usually do one of those, don't they?
No, but this pulls the literal. This is a Netflix show, like the F1 show or the NASCAR show. They're fully pulling the curtain back. They're not.
So it's
they're
like Hard Knocks.
I guess we'll have to see. It comes out this summer, so it'll be very interesting to see that. But that's how it's been portrayed, as it fully pulls the curtain back.
All right. See what that's all about once it gets here. Yeah, I really should have done the DraftKings pool for WrestleMania this year. I didn't even think about it, but yeah, oh well. Told a long time ago, never bet on professional wrestling, yet here we are as a society. All right, so New Day coming out to talk next after winning the championships off of the War Raiders. BJ, I know you were not super thrilled about the War Raiders having to drop the championships to the New Day last night. So
this is like an interesting one, because I don't think they're going to continue the feud, and if they do, it won't be too much longer. But like, what's next for both of these teams? You know,
right. So on that note, where do you think New Day gives their rematch to the War Raiders, or do the War Raiders get their rematch rather, and then, or does New Day say back of the line to the War Raiders and go on to the next?
I feel like who New Day is right now, back of the line.
Yep. Yeah, that's my feeling.
But then who's next?
Who? They're not going to be doing that corny stuff anymore. They're not doing the who pancakes, long forgotten.
Listen, I don't want to see another pancake near the New Day again. The only pancakes I want to see are the ones in front of me that I'll be eating.
Not sure if you should be put in the penalty box for that one.
Wait, hold on. What's wrong with eating pancakes?
It was the way it was said.
It's not like I said I want to be eating cakes put in front of me, because now that has some real metaphor stuff to it, right?
All right, now it's time to put yourself in the penalty box.
No, I just did. I came back out to prove my point. You can't put me in the penalty box for just proving my point of what I said.
Double jeopardy.
Well, so what's a... All right, I'm going to put myself in the penalty box after this. If cake, are nice big glorious booties, right? Would pancakes be like non-glorious, super flat booties?
So pan now would be all encompassing. Like, it's like pan is the word. Pan, it's all encompassing, like, so it's a pancake. Yeah, I should probably be in the penalty box too, but then BJ's here all by himself, so it can't be a 2-man down situation. He's got to pull the goalie.
I would love to see the New Day still come out as heel as they are and try to do the silly
stuff. That would be fun. Like, just, hey, why you hate us? We're still doing everything we used to do.
Coming out,
we're bringing out bootios.
But I like this new edgier New Day.
Yeah, they're dark unicorns now.
Speaking of
most socially viewed WrestleMania of all time. Okay, that's to be expected because more and more people are on social media.
Wrestling's only growing.
Yeah. Across all social platforms. They're not even listing the names of the social platforms anymore. They're just, you know where you go to find this stuff. Hey, DG's out of the box.
Don't you dare be sour.
And coming to the ring, we have the new World Tag Team Champions.
Yep.
Muting
myself so I can listen to this.
Oh, they're just talking? Yeah. I guess they wouldn't have a match. They're not dressed to fight. I guess I'll do the same.
I will say I do like the New Day presentation a bit now. Like, they are presented really well. What kind of alternate universe are we living in where John Cena and the New Day are heels? And Randy Orton is the baby face. Whoever what timeline did we wake up in? That's all I want to know.
Script has been flipped.
What script? The monkeys in the trucks ripped it up like a year ago. They're like, we got Cody Rhodes.
Karrion Kross told that monkey to go F himself.
Karrion Kross is the one who took their bananas away.
Hit.
And put diapers on so they'll stop flinging poo. Did Kofi steal Darby Allin's jacket after he went to Mount Everest? Whoa. That's probably not the first time he's told somebody to get on their knees.
Yeah, we all saw that video.
Speak for yourself. I never watched it. That's way too far beyond the curtain for me, bro. I would love to see the New Day and the Usos at it again at some point with how long this championship run lasts. You should have beaten the War Raiders. I am all for this. Tozawa and Otis. Let's put the tag titles on them.
Yeah, no.
I'm
good with having titles on Alpha Academy.
I just want to look. Listen, it's better than R-Truth and The Miz.
No, it's not. Well, that was an awesome truth. She's still calling him Otis.
What? It's her thing, you know. Just like Joe Henry turns around and looks at the camera.
Yeah, but at least that's a good gimmick.
If you ask anybody but BJ. But they're good first opponents for the New Day.
I gotta say, Xavier's pants are crazy. Like just the sparkle that those things got going on. And the jacket matches it too. I just noticed that is not to the same extent, but wow.
Why shit pause for some reason? Well, now I'm way out of sync with you guys. We will have to somehow figure out how to sync back up during a break.
How far off are you?
Wait, lights went out.
They're saying they're going to have the match right now.
Yep, lights just went out on me.
We got someone else coming in.
Yep, we do. It sounds like War Raiders.
We got a referee coming out.
There's horns.
Hey, phrasing. All right, lights are out for me.
Rusev! It's Rusev Day!
Boy, I should have taken my headphones off for that.
Well, looking good.
Yeah.
Wow, I like that. I like that presentation, and what a pop he got.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
He is looking jacked.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rusev has returned to the Media Moguls Productions in the house.
What up?
Media Moguls Productions, what's up?
Wow. And yeah, he is looking ripped.
He looks like he's got less body fat than he did when he was leaving AEW.
This isn't the Raw after Mania. It's the Rusev Day after Mania.
Duh.
If I was Tozawa right now, I would just leave.
Seriously, right? Seriously.
Yeah, unless Rusev's going to be joining the Alpha Academy.
Tozawa, but he gets batted out of the air.
No. Oh, Tozawa, you silly man.
So Rusev is eyeing up New Day. Is he going to...
Yeah, but he just had to take out Alpha Academy because they were in the way.
No.
But Tozawa, what are you doing?
Well,
Tozawa, don't do it.
He just took down Otis for me. He just took out Tozawa.
And now Tozawa, oh, you silly man. Why did you do that?
What I'm asking is what is Rusev?
What is Tozawa doing on the top rope?
Oh, you'll see.
Wow, I skipped 10 seconds ahead and I'm still behind. Oh boy. Yeah, get out of that ring, kid. Oh, wow. So we got our first big return tonight. Do we see another?
Yep. No, we're going to save out. We're saving Aleister Black for Friday night.
Yeah. But I'm saying, do we see something else? Maybe a call.
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance of a random call up.
There's a
big old Rusev Day chant.
There's some rumored signing.
Seems like everyone forgot the Alpha Academy just got injured by Rusev.
Is this going to commercial? I'm assuming after 30
seconds. Probably. Rusev's still in the middle of the ring,
we
typing
got
the crowd up.
Crying at ringside. Boy,
Judgment Day in the clubhouse.
Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom.
Yo, Dom's going to be a baby face soon at the rate he's going. We got all right. I got Finn Balor and Dom face to face now. Oh boy, that's not a good omen. Carlito.
What a weird segment.
I only saw the very end of it from the clubhouse talk on, as well as the titles in the clubhouse. And now I got them showing the arena, I guess, or some hotel. Not sure.
Liv was like overacting like crazy in that.
Well, that's probably that they're trying to hide the idea that. All right, I got EO coming out now.
Yeah, we're synced up.
Oh wow, that's nice. Where's the graphic? There it is.
Actually, you might be a little ahead.
I'm dead on with them now.
I'd rather be a slightly ahead or in between, because all of a sudden it just paused. Because I hit something on my phone and the Roku remote's like, yeah, there's no sound.
Don't mess with any times. We're right on with each other right now, I think.
Well, at this point, I'm just plugging my phone back in and setting it as far away from me as possible so I don't pick it up, because ADHD. All right, I'll be back on cam here in a moment. I'm just handling some medicating here.
Fly, EO, fly on the road to Vic.
Listen, I know where that originates from, and I can't stand with it. I understand where I live.
High standards. How you doing tonight?
Let me pop back on cam here now,
Yeah, there you are.
I have officially buried BJ for burying TNA last night. All right, and buried Joe Hendry. And especially for burying Becky Lynch, because I got to stick up for my fellow gingers.
She's not even a real ginger. I didn't bury anybody.
Listen. She's portrayed as a ginger, so we will stick as such within kayfabe.
That's cultural appropriation.
Listen, I'm not mad at it. So, like in South Park, what you're saying is that she's trans ginger.
Yes. He's a Cartman.
Dun, dun, dun. And after the burial from BJ, Chef the Ref had just thrown the rest of the dirt on top of the grave plot. Rest in peace, Becky Lynch. No shovels were harmed in this burial.
High standards in the chat. Even though I'm hyped for Russo's return, that's not doing any good for Otis and Tozawa at all. They are already stuck in limbo, not doing much, and that didn't do much for them either.
Well,
they are a comedy hit. They're a comedy hit.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think they could be repacked. Like, I wouldn't mind Otis going full blown heel, and put Maxine with him and make it. Like, repackage him a little bit, maybe to the point where he goes and joins America Made, and hey, Chad, you were right. No,
Otis,
because there's a lot of history there. After
even when he was being serious with Chad Gable, it was barely believable at all.
But think about how
he was still a comedy gimmick.
But think about how different it was when Chad wasn't letting him do the worm and doing all these comedy things, and we were seeing bits of what was in storyline having somebody like that aggressive. That's like Rosie or Jamal back in the day for 3-minute warning, having these bigger
it was so
guys.
Comedic with Gable leading the way on the comedy with the whole "look at that face is my number one guy." That was all comedy.
But there was also a time when they were heel. And that they were
heel,
believable.
but they were comedic heels.
But they were still believable at that. Now Otis isn't believable at all. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you get him out of that completely, repackage him, have him get injured or something. And it was Tozawa's fault he got injured. Tozawa just accepted a challenge or something simple, to where you're not going to think about it till he returns, and you think he's coming in to save Tozawa. and he just wipes them out. Maxine leaves with him. Hey, maybe you turn it into like the model gimmick they were teasing. Like you could make him a comedy heel, a serious, like almost comedy heel, but where Maxine's more of the comedic side. He's more of the serious side.
Well, Otis has always been a comic relief guy.
Serious heels. I
never took Otis seriously.
Serious heels.
I mean, I took them seriously when before the breakup. What you said the team name when we were talking. Somebody did. Who was Otis's tag team partner? The blue collar team or whatever.
Tucker.
Oh,
yeah.
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery. There we go.
That was yesterday.
No. I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah. I was saying, I'd mentioned them saying that Hank and Tank remind me a lot of them.
Yeah, I like that comparison because that was a team I didn't even think of comparing them to.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that team.
Yeah, there was no depth.
No.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Hold on.
Just had the one level and it didn't work very well.
Time out real quick. Did you just call out something for two characters not having enough depth?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? It happened.
Because when you're attempting
Io's got a mic
like that, you're going to need more.
I'm right here.
But in some cases, gimmicks aren't being attempted.
You're a confusing person, my friend. All right, we got Io in the ring saying this is what last night was the best night of her career. Wouldn't mind an Asuka return here.
Yeah, I'm ready for Asuka to come back. I am ready for Asuka.
You deserve it. She earned that spot after what she did the past year, and she dropped the title last year in a great match to Bayley. In the chat, they're giving Maxine an underdog story. Rhea Ripley, no try hard enough. Rhea got a black eye from that match last night. I saw a picture of it on her. She posted on Instagram earlier today.
Yeah. Yep, Rhea definitely got hurt there.
Moolah. Julia? Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no, Stephanie Vakir. I am sorry.
That was Stephanie's music.
We have the main roster Monday Night Raw debut of the current NXT Women's Champion, Stephanie
and the
Vakir.
future Mrs. Chef the Ref. What?
You mean the future ex Chef the Ref?
No, I'm the future ex Chef the Ref. Future ex Mrs. Chef the Ref.
No, you're the future
widow.
You're the future
Mr.
Mr. Vakir, ex Vakir.
Yes.
Your future widow. She will murder you in your sleep.
Just like we all know that when Becky and Seth got married, he really became Seth freaking Lynch.
Yes, absolutely. Because she's the man.
Wow, what a moment. I wonder if this has anything to do with the purchase of AAA, since that's where she came from. Just to throw that out there.
Maybe.
Now, what does she have to say? What? I mentioned an NXT call-up tonight. Is this it? Stephanie congratulates EO. Battle of the Thick Accents. That's great, Ragnarok.
Hey, at least they can speak multiple languages.
All right, she said she wanted to come out and show respect to EO. Does it matter? I mean, I think it has a little bit to do with the AAA purchase because it helps feature a talent that came from there. Excuse me. Are you high standards? Are you speaking of Stephanie or EO?
Okay. Neither one of them was dropping that title. They can do a champion versus champion match, and no one needs to drop either title. Just do straight up champion versus champion.
Wow. Oh, on Monday Night Raw, are we getting Stephanie? Oh, we have Adam Pearce coming out. Adam Pearce with the boos raining down on him from above. He now asked Vegas if they want
Stephanie's not a double champ. She hasn't been a double champ for a while.
She dropped the other title 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks. It was right after she won it. And we are right now. It's official. We have Stephanie Vakir, the NXT Women's Champion, about to go
one-on-one
with Io Sky, the current World Women's Champion.
And non-title match. It's just champion versus champion. I'm good with that.
No championships on the line. Absolutely wonderful. We got "This is awesome" chants from the fans. Wow.
They're locking up, struggling for position right now. Valkyria. Yeah. Valkyria takes Io down with a
I have her in a headlock here, standing. Io attempting to fight out with shots to the ribs. Io working her way out of this.
Is it just me, or does Valkyria look like Psylocke?
I see it because it's almost perfect to the color because she wears purple. Chef, you are muted, just so you do know. If I see your lips moving,
maybe some like Katana or Melina from Mortal Kombat.
Yes, there it is, Katana. There it is. But what a moment we are seeing here.
And this match is back and forth. Right? Don't get the edge.
I wouldn't have thought we would see Stephanie Vakir yet on the main roster. I would have thought maybe like a Roxanne Perez coming out.
Especially because she's been up and they've worked story angles with her on the main roster.
Maybe it was Roxanne that attacked Bailey.
What a headstand counter of a leg scissor.
Wow, yes. Great counter.
They hug in the middle of the ring. Okay.
It looks like they were about to dance there for a moment. We got Steph. Oh, Io holding on to that rope, not allowing that roll through.
Got her in the arm bar to the reverse waist lock. Reversed. Valkyria pushes Io against the ropes. Valkyria tumbles backward as Io holds onto the ropes. A little stare down. Io with
a very
I'm like way behind match. You guys again somehow.
Yeah, this has been a very even match so far.
Yeah. No one's really gotten an edge.
Not yet. Drop kick takes down Stephanie. She rolls out of the ring. Io Sky has the advantage at the moment.
Oh, crossbody splash through the second and third rope.
Wow, what a move. This seems like a commercial spot here.
I feel like it, but it hasn't gone yet. No, she's getting her back in the ring.
Yeah. I'm about a second behind you. Maybe two.
A reversal.
Actually, maybe three.
Valkyria dumped over the barricade, but gets right back out, stands on it, crossbody.
Oh, yeah, no damage done. Beautiful crossbody. Absolutely beautiful.
We get a replay of that through the ropes.
It sounds like we are going to commercial now.
There it is. Knew it was coming.
They swerved off when the commercial was. I don't high standards. I don't think we see a winner to this match. I think we get a really good match where maybe we get a Bianca Belair heel turn coming out, or we have Rhea has that black eye, but I don't think that would stop her from coming out neither.
Yeah.
But if I were to book the winner of this match, you would have to go with Io because she's the top champion. But it would be a huge upset to have Steph.
Yeah, if I'm booking it with a guaranteed with a must-have a winner, I'm booking it with Io as the winner, but keeping Steph looking tough and like she could have won if it wasn't for just one thing that happened.
Yeah, now, I mean, there's my NXT surprise I talked about, and
yep, there it is.
We were barely into the second hour of the show.
Yep.
I don't think the surprises are done.
No, neither do I by far. Jeff, I can hear your TV, just so you know.
Yeah, I was just trying to mute it, but
I thought it was
being weird.
It's Netflix. It's Netflix when it's live. Like there's it's like the same problem I have with Amazon when I watch Thursday Night Football. And shout out here when I'm watching Tom Grassi for my play-by-play, like we're doing here for wrestling. I typically listen to him as my announcer, so he'll do countdowns to sync up with the timer, the game time.
I personally have 120 left on the ads.
I have 115.
Yeah, I'm at 115 now.
So you're about 3 seconds ahead of me. What was that, BJ?
I'll be at 1 minute now.
You're 3 seconds ahead. And he's 3 seconds ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm 5 seconds behind everybody.
We're seeing a trailer here for Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
I love that Fantastic Four trailer that came out.
I'm ready.
I'm really excited for that. Do you think we see maybe a call up on Friday for Trick Williams?
I don't think we see call ups from NXT yet.
Or do you save him as like a top draft pick and maybe you bring up another surprise, like maybe an Ethan Page
or a Tony D'Angelo?
No, I don't
think we bring anybody up until the draft. I think we could have an appearance, but they're not.
I wouldn't mind a random call up because again, if they're not going to use the draft as the call up system and just trade superstars from show to show between Raw and SmackDown, then doing a call up or two just to have them up, gain the experience. If you're planning on pushing them after the draft, gets the fans acquainted to them already.
Yeah. Or they could work it as an angle. Yeah, like we're just getting a better look at these guys.
And then
draft for a combine.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love that they did that with NXT last year.
Yeah.
Or like the combine type thing when they did that.
Like the actual combine where they put people through the paces.
All right, we got
back in the ring now. Io with a huge move off the middle rope.
Yeah, that arm drag.
There it is.
Definitely looked like she grabbed at her knee after taking that.
And Sky looked like she might have done some damage to her arm.
Stephanie slow to get up here.
Yeah. Io.
Oh, that uppercut. Another uppercut from Io.
Io finally getting the better.
Yeah, it's building up some momentum here.
Oh, quickly gets out of the way. Io up top.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I never even thought about this match remotely happening yet.
No.
But this, I feel like this really enforces my idea of what NXT has become and how good those talents are now. even when they're just getting into that system. That we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, Vaquer is no spring chicken. I mean, she's experienced.
No. Absolutely.
We get a 2 count from Sky.
Stephanie is a tough one to beat. You know, we saw that in the Fatal 4-Way this past Saturday afternoon for Stand and Deliver.
Yep. Well, it looks like Io's going up top for the
over the moonsault.
That's what it's called.
Ooh,
I kind of remember
step
the
over.
names of these
That's
moves.
all right. And she's setting up for it, and she goes for it. Stephanie rolls out of the way, but Io lands on her feet. Io goes for it in the corner.
Oh, what a dragon screw from the corner.
I'll see it in about 10 seconds.
That's tearing an MCL, ACL, possibly some cartilage.
Yeah, that one that she did to Julia Stand and Deliver looked very similar.
With the Meteora in the corner on a seated Io.
1, 2, kick out. Wow, what a sequence of events. That dragon screw looked lethal.
Wow, just wow.
Early candidate for match of the week right here.
It's a shame that after today, we will not be actually seen again on this channel in a live format until May 4th. On Star Wars Day. Could we be doing something special? Who knows? Oh, we got the roll up here into the stomp. Io is so good and crisp with her counters.
Oh, yeah.
And I would love to see these two have some more matches because it looks like there is some decent chemistry there that can be built on.
She's favoring that leg. That dragon screw. It did some damage. She
could do some damage to a knee there. I wouldn't want to take that, especially with my bad knee.
Oh. Oh, wow. Vaquer turns it around.
Oh, yeah.
Backdrop.
Jawbreaker, super kick to a back body drop. Nice little sequence there to try to build back up. Oh, are we getting the setup for the what Charlotte tried to do at Wrestlemania? Hey, Charlotte, this is how you do it and look good doing it.
She hits her about a dozen times with it. Io's on another planet.
So what you're saying is she over the moon.
She's on the moon.
Wow. These two are putting on a really good match. And I kind of want to see a winner. I hope there's no outside interference. This match, I almost feel like deserves a conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's a double count out or something. Or they like imagine they're both down like Rocky won. And you set up the rematch at some point down the line.
Io sneaks out of a pedigree-like position, kicks her in the gut and rolls her up. Nothing. Vaquer off the ropes. We got a Hurricane Rana. Oh, she catches the Hurricane Rana into a roll-up for a 2.
Wow.
I've never seen that.
That was a great pin, how she rolled back to get extra leverage and pulled that other leg down.
I've never seen that. She just rolled herself down her body while
she went for the schoolgirl type pin.
That was one hell of a sequence right there.
Yes, it was. We got Io set
from Io.
Up. Yeah. Backbreaker from the pedigree setup position. Io pin 1, 2. I say 2.5 personally, but that's nothing here and there. Let's round up a little bit. Let's put this over. Come on. How are the fans supposed to invest if we're just lollygagging here? I get it. It's not Lyra or the party girls. I get it. So your excitement level's down about 6 notches. I need you to bring it up at least 2. And we got Io off the ropes, but Stephanie with an elbow counting. Here now going up the other side of the ropes. Io ducks a clothesline, hits a German suplex on Stephanie Vaquer. Io going for having a German from Stephanie to Io. Wow. How evenly matched is this? Has anybody truly had an advantage in this match?
No one has really had the edge.
And if you were to say it'd be like 55-45 either way, right?
Absolutely.
To the person like amazing match between these two.
Buckhair ascending to the top rope.
This one is definitely giving contention for match of the night.
Io with an uppercut. Buckhair seated on the top turnbuckle. Io's going for it. An avalanche.
Or are we looking at the what's the flipping move? I'm brain farting on it.
Oh yeah, well that's what it was. But Io took as much of herself out as she did.
Oh, what a move from the top rope. Wow.
Io got the worst of this. I think she landed wrong.
Let's see
she landed
in the
all right.
replay.
This
what a Spanish fly.
Crazy. Ouch.
And we have now the crowd behind Io in this match currently chanting for her.
It even came up on my closed captions. Crowds chanting Io, Io.
Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Netflix caption.
Oh, we got interference. And it is Roxanne. Yeah, Roxanne.
Oh, and there is Roxanne Perez.
Oh, Roxy Perez.
Wow. And Pro Wrestling Focus moment when I mentioned Roxanne.
Oh, we got Julia.
Oh, and Julia.
I'll see it in about 20 minutes.
Attacking Stephanie Vaquer. Now we have Julia and Roxanne facing off. Or are they a team? Oh, it looks like they're a team. And we got Julia attacking Io and Roxanne attacking Stephanie Vaquer.
Who's coming out?
And we have Rhea Ripley now coming out to the ring.
With their black eye and all.
And she is sprinting. And as BJ said, black eye.
It looks like she extra blacked that eye.
Yeah, it looked like she did add a little flair to it.
Roxanne headbutt off the apron. Julia goes to go after her, but it looks like second guessing.
Thinks better of it. It's like in Friday. Man. You want a piece of this, old man? No.
She said, it looked like she said to Julia, "Oh, you want to attack my friends?" That I think what I read her lips.
Okay.
Come on. Wow. Could we be looking at some type of NXT call-up invasion for the women's division, trying to prove they are the best division?
Maybe.
No, I just see Roxanne and Julia being called up as a tag team.
That's very interesting considering what's going on in NXT with Roxanne and Cora at the moment after Stand and Deliver. It's a very interesting direction to go.
Well, with Cora, I feel like
she's not ready.
That's something they can always revisit. You know what I mean? It was a good end to a chapter, but not the story.
Or maybe into this part of the story, and then book 2 being the main roster part of the story.
Exactly.
See what Rhea's
and now we have Rhea Ripley standing in the middle of the ring, holding the Women's World Championship. As Io is getting up, Rhea goes to hand it to her, but doesn't let go. And it looks like she told her that she's coming for it. And then lets
showing
it go.
Respect, but letting her know that she wants that belt back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Michael Cole also said the same thing on commentary about what Rhea said, what I just said, that it looked like she said that she's coming for it. But I think Rhea after complaining to get back into that match, I think she has to work a little bit for it to get back there. And now we have actually CM Punk in the house tonight. Was not expecting to see Punk tonight.
Yeah. And looks like we're going to a commercial.
And coming up next, the winner, the man who tapped out Gunter, who apparently, I did some research, was tapped out in NXT at one point in the UK. Very early on. Yes, I think it was Pete Dunne.
Okay.
But our
makes
new
sense.
World Heavy Yeet Champion, Jey Uso. Yeet.
No.
But yes,
That's my that was my Orange Cassidy style yeet.
I don't even. I feel like it would be like this. No. Like, hold on. His arms would be down. It would just be like up some. Yeah, like up to like the top of your stomach, but under like that, and then just back down. Like, yee. He'd get to yee. He wouldn't get to the e. Yee. Oh man. So far, what do you think of Monday Night Raw?
It's been better than most of Mania.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. What was it? Last year's Raw after was because it was right after the sale. Or no, 2 years ago when Vince had that one Raw after Mania and he just butchered the script.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. But tonight we've had the return of Rusev. We've had Stephanie Bakir, Julia, and Roxanne Perez all appearing on Monday Night Raw tonight.
And what a match between Vaquer and Sky.
Yeah, we had John Cena come out, and essentially now we've gotten the full-blown mission statement that we kind of already had before. The only thing I'm disappointed about is, to me, it really didn't address the WrestleMania main event. I feel like they should have gone into that a little bit. But there's a chance that with Cody Rhodes coming, you could have him kind of insinuate it.
Right.
If we see him Friday night or the next time we see him. But otherwise, that was the promo we needed from Cena.
Yeah. And done in a great way, too. Just hands the ring announcer the script.
It's definitely been a fun Raw so far.
Yeah.
Also, while we are in commercial break, I just like to bring up again that on the Spokecast official channel this Wednesday night at 7, we will be doing our live predictions and preview show of the Silver Anniversary show of the Backseats, taking place April 27th at Harris Casino and Racetrack in Chester, Pennsylvania.
And hopefully,
days away.
Hopefully one of us remembers to drop the link in the chat.
Doors open at 3. Bell time is at 4. Double main event. The Pharaoh Face defending the SPO Championship against Rick Blade. And for the first time ever in the history of pro wrestling, taking place in an SPO ring, Simon Gotch versus Drew Gulak.
WWE missed out on this match.
Yeah, and if you can't be there because you live too far in another country where you just don't live in the New Jersey, Philadelphia area, download that Radiant TV app now. You download that off Roku, on Android and Apple devices, Android devices all the way around. I have the app, and I'm going to be there. You can purchase.
See us front row.
Yeah,
you get the app, you'll see us right there.
And the show is as cheap as $4.99. That is cheaper than when you could get the WWE Network for $9.99.
And that was monthly.
But yeah, $4.99 just to see Gotch and Gulak.
That's worth the price of admission right there.
Ladies' face. I mean, a 30-man battle royal.
25.
Yeah.
Or sorry, yeah, 25 year anniversary.
Rounds up to 30.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just rounding up.
We have a video package currently playing about Jey Uso's journey, it looks like.
Man, I haven't seen like the Island Usos in a long time.
Yeah, a lot of people forget about that look.
The grass skirt Usos with the face paint.
You know what? Let's be perfectly honest. And I would say this, especially when they started getting better, how for that like 2-3 year span, everybody's like, oh, the Usos are finally going to get a match on the actual WrestleMania card when it was still one night. And they just relegated them, even as champions, to the pre-show constantly, where they deserve that respect much sooner. Yeah. Interesting enough how I brought up the trailer for the new Netflix show for WWE. They show a very quick clip of Triple H talking to Jay, talking about him wanting to strap a rocket to Jay and propel him to this moment.
Yeah.
And, as something on the Pat McAfee show earlier, and Michael Cole pointed this out, is that the Grammys or the Emmys should really recognize WWE and this style of entertainment. No, they really should, because of the stuff like Paul Heyman does, right? Paul Heyman really should get in that. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
so proper level acting. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I don't
think screen acting.
Yeah, I'm not putting it like on Emmy level.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying everything as a whole. But when you get those moments to where it's not over the top, it's perfect. Of the selling of everything, of selling the emotions, because these guys are as much actors almost as they are athletes. This is in a scripted world, just like
we were saying the other night. Heyman's facial cells are just you know what I mean. Like
you're on point.
You could tell exactly what's happening in the match just by watching Heyman's reaction.
Like even to the point, like to say somebody like if Emmys were given the wrestling the entire time, somebody like Bobby the Brain Heenan. Always consistent, always with the great sell, somebody like a Jesse Ventura, some of the great stuff we've seen where these guys are the complete opposite of what they are in real life.
Right.
There's something to be said about that. And that when we get the moments like Bianca Belair in the Elimination Chamber when Jade returned and completely destroyed Naomi. Boy, did that deserve an Emmy. Like, you really believed she was truly heartbroken over that moment, fighting to get out that pod to find out why her friends are fighting.
DG froze up on me.
I still got him.
Okay. Now maybe I was the one that froze up.
Yeah, you were kind of frozen. You said that, and BJ's just shaking his head. You're going along with me. With faces like that, you don't go into the penalty box. You go into the dungeon.
Oh, I thought you were going to make them full screen.
All right. And making his way to the ring now for his moment.
The champ
is your new WWE World Heavyweight and Heavy Yeet champion.
I don't want to know about that heavy yeet.
Was it in the main event of WrestleMania, Jey Uso? Because after what we saw, let me be honest, after what we saw at the end of night 2 last night and how disappointing that was, if a world title that was on this card should have main evented the entire weekend, it should have been probably at that point Jay and Gunther, or you put Roman, Seth, and Punk to main event the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Joe Hendry and Randy Orton.
No, that was definitely not main event worthy.
That should have been on the pre-show.
that was a fun moment, not a event.
Exactly. That was a WrestleMania. When I talk about WrestleMania is remembered for moments and how matches are more remembered for moments and stuff like that. That's what that is. That's a moment.
The squash match. How is it memorable?
I mean, Randy had a blast.
Getting the rub from Randy Orton at WrestleMania is not a squash. That was exactly what it was meant to be. It was never meant to be a serious match because the match we were supposed to get with a punt kick most likely happening, we weren't going to get. Going the opposite route, giving the fans a nice moment to pop, refilling that energy meter for what's left to come for the rest of the night was the perfect move. That didn't need to be a 12-minute match. Should we have probably gotten Solo? Yes. I feel like Solo would have been the best option, or a Rusev return at WrestleMania.
However, if they wanted to do a hard left from what the match against KO was going to be, then they had to go with the viral moment, lighthearted match.
I just don't get it.
That's okay. There was a time where I didn't get Joe Hendry, and then I believed. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I liked his heel work in WCPW from what I've seen, but
no. I mean, I can guess. So you preferred the heel style of what you saw of Joe Hendry than what you preferred as him taking the John Cena playbook, I guess, in a way.
How so? How
No, that what we see is very consistent. It's not really like how I say about layers. He's gotten to a point where you don't add layers at the moment because he is so over. Same thing with Cody Rhodes, right? We were very consistent with Cody over this past year. There was some wrinkles, but no true layers. There was things alluded to for the future. Like Cena getting booed last night can start alluding to the heel turn. You could use that as, which was something we speculated on that could have happened, and it did. Just because of the moment. That's what I'm saying. Like the babyface version of what you see doesn't speak to you the way you saw the older stuff of him being a heel.
Right. Yeah.
Like I said, for me, it's not just it was Joe Hendry at WrestleMania, because that's awesome to me personally, just to see that moment, even if he wasn't champion, but that he got to bring the TNA championship with him on TV. Absolutely amazing historic moment. Regardless of who the title holder would be.
My thing with that now, and I said last night, is like, or was it the night before? I don't know.
Last night.
Yeah. With this new partnership, it was going to happen eventually.
I just didn't expect it this soon. I thought we'd get a bit more build up to that, to where we start seeing them on like Raw and SmackDown first, because we hadn't seen a TNA talent outside of a PLE on a main roster weekly show.
Right.
We saw them on NXT. So for them to maybe appear at Stand and Deliver, okay, that makes sense. But not at WrestleMania.
That's what we didn't Stand and Deliver, did we?
No.
Interesting.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I said, regardless of who the champion would be, just that moment finally happening and the acknowledgement, and to the outside world, we acknowledge what happens outside our universe.
I'm glad. Well, yeah, but I mean, they've been dropping seeds of that the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Hendry was always dropping the seeds, whether it was ever going to happen or not, because it fits his character of saying, I will appear any time, anywhere, on any show.
Would the TNA champion have been in the same position if it was, God, I can't remember his name now.
Moose?
No, Dolph.
Yes. I think that would have been a fantastic match, and we would have probably gotten a 10-minute match out of it, realistically.
I think that cheapens it, bringing him specifically back because of his history here. Not that he's done anything wrong, but
no. For me,
it would have been back to the eating again.
You know what? How about this? You know who else I had because I mentioned he was at the Hall of Fame ceremony with his wife, Matt Cardona. How awesome would that have been?
Ooh.
Not as Zack Ryder, but Matt Cardona, always ready.
See, that's the thing. Like, he's not signed anywhere, so that's doable. But I don't know if they would want to, because they have a partnership with TNA, so it makes sense for them.
No. But I'm just looking at it as the other aspect of something a little bit completely off, because I thought Joe Hendry was off the rails. All right, at the moment we have Jey Uso speaking now. All these J names. So, a quick fact real quick. Do you know he's only the fourth Samoan to ever win a world championship at WrestleMania? Can you name the other three?
Rock?
Yes.
Reigns?
Yes.
Peter Maivia?
Who?
No, he was before WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm running out of ideas.
I'm trying to think if I could give you.
I said Yokozuna.
Correct. Yes, Yokozuna is the other one who won.
I was thinking Rikishi for some reason, but I was like, no, he was never a champion.
But interesting enough as well, Dominic on the title thing. Dominic has got himself in the history books as the third father-son duo to ever win the Intercontinental Championship, regardless of what show it was won.
That's right. Eddie was Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, but him and his stepdad, Rey Mysterio, won them together at WrestleMania because Rey Mysterio beat JBL for it in a squash match. That was a squash.
JBL, he squashed him all you want.
Why didn't JBL show up at WrestleMania and punch somebody?
He was too busy at indie shows.
Jey Uso currently saying that he's going to be a fighting world champion. Kind of waiting for Gunther to interrupt him. I
think that's done for now.
I think Gunther comes back and wants to. Whoa! Coming out to the ring, the honorary Uso, Sami Zayn. All right, let's be honest. How awesome of a match would be for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jey Uso versus Sami Zayn? The hype behind that with the fans. It would be a good match. I think they have the chemistry. We've seen it in the main event at WrestleMania. They have chemistry.
I'm just not behind Jey Uso's in-ring work.
I think they've relegated him to the main event scene and what moves to use now. Because we know he has more to give than just that. We just have to get him to a point with this title now. And in matches where you get to expand the moveset, and it's not all about just getting your spots in. Because that's what main event the matches are. That's why the 5 moves of doom comes up so much, right? Because those are the spots. Those are the spots each guy wants to hit. I still would have loved to have him come out and challenge Randy and take KO's punt kick. Return him to sit him right back out for 6 weeks. Yes. Another fellow ginger. What does Sammy have to say? Up and they hug it out to start. What a moment. Does Sami Zayn turn heel? See, ooh, see, ooh, see, ooh, see, ooh, see. Usi Mania is running wild. Oos. Great Sammy Uso chance. Uncle Mike gonna do what?
The crowd, listen for the crowd chanting, "Hard on me."
What was that? I'm sorry. I was speaking to my niece and my wife.
When Zayn said, "It was really hard on me," the crowd started chanting, "Hard on me, hard on me." I think that's
Mark's phrasing.
That's definitely not PG.
All right. We have Sammy telling Jey that he loves him and he's proud of him and that he deserves that championship. If I had a heart and heartstrings to be pulled. The heart puppet master might have been trying to work them there, but I cut them things a long time ago. I'm a real ginger, damn it. And we got You Deserve a Chance coming. Why do I really feel like a Sammy Uso heel turn?
We've got competing You Deserve a Chance.
No, you deserve it.
You
No,
deserve it. You deserve it.
Come on. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Everybody deserves it. Come on. Kick his head off, Sammy. Kick his head off, Sammy. Oh, come on. Kick his head off. Kick it. Oh, kick his head off. Oh, don't turn your back, Jay. Okay. Come on. Come on. Give us the heel turn. I want the heel turn. I'm really trying to will this into the universe, people. Will it into the universe with me. Sammy Uso to turn heel. And become Sami Zayn once again. Oh, but Sammy is approaching Jay, standing in the corner, eyeballing him. Very interesting. Are we alluding to the... Come on, do it, Sammy. Do it. Let the ginger show. Let the real true ginger out. They're just hugging at the moment again as... Whoa! And now we have Jimmy Uso coming out.
Is this a Bloodline reunion? Is this going to end with Roman coming out angry?
Yeah.
Roman
the only one not happy.
I mean, think about it. At least when it comes to this formation of the Bloodline, would that put main event Jey Uso in the leader spot since he's the world champion?
He's the new tribal chief.
We get the little secret handshake there. Well, not secret, but... Well, it looks like this looks like it's a fun moment, letting Jay have his moment, which I would say he's earned overall. You could jump him into a story next week.
Was Sammy going to turn heel before Jimmy came out?
I was alluding
it didn't
to it.
Look like. I mean,
he had the look
he was
on
looking
his
at
face.
the belt, but it didn't.
He had that look on his face. He might not have pulled the trigger.
But he wasn't doing it tonight.
No, but you could see the
yes,
thought.
but not tonight.
You could see the thought ran across his mind.
Yeah.
That's all. I'll take it at the moment. But if Jimmy had it come out, would Sammy have done it? That is a very good question.
I'm saying not tonight.
Even if Jimmy doesn't come out?
Even if Jimmy doesn't come out, I say not tonight. I'm not saying now and eventually. I am just saying not tonight.
Well, it looks like Jay's all partied out. He's out of here.
Yeah, he's gassed after that.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was drinking pretty hard on Saturday from what I gathered.
They're really sticking with this, though. Usually they cut to, like, a video package or something.
Yeah, we might see something on the ramp.
Still walking up the aisle.
We might see someone come out and meet him.
Yeah, I'm surprised with them coming out. There's no Roman. Actually kind of surprises me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But this could also be them.
But then it's Roman, so it doesn't really surprise you at all.
No. But
Roman's got to feel broken right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it could also be Roman. Like, I didn't want to take away from your moment. That was your moment, not mine. I lost.
You think Roman's matured to that level, yo?
I
No,
think
this is
I
gonna
think after
get
what happened.
darker for Roman now.
No, actually, I disagree now. I think we see a Roman that in the long term is going to be on a road to full redemption now because he put Heyman in that corner. He let his emotions get the best of him. He did it.
Don't put Heyman in the corner.
Yeah, otherwise CM Punk attacks you, and then Seth Rollins points out all
time
the
of
bad.
his life. Never felt this way before.
But I definitely think that we see a Roman who's on the road to redemption now. Because he did push everybody away in the long run. He pushed the Usos out. He pushed Sammy out first. And then he pushed Heyman out because he felt like Heyman wasn't loyal to him. When Heyman was doing the one thing that he should do, was a man of his word. He walked CM Punk down the aisle to the ring at WrestleMania. What happened from there is what happened. Heyman betrayed both of them because both of them, in a way, betrayed him. Roman left him. Yeah, Roman not only used him but left him to be destroyed by Solo, as did CM Punk. Like, let's just really look at the storytelling of all that part now.
Yep.
Like, that's amazing storytelling. Another reason why stuff with like that, like the Bloodline story, could win an Emmy just within itself. That was a beautiful story told from 2020 to 2025.
From Paul Heyman, who I liked, to the only one of the many Pauls I don't care about anymore. Or ever.
Oh, there was a video I saw of Logan, and he was watching the triple threat main event from night one, and you could tell he didn't have any idea what was going to happen, and he was popping hard when Heyman turned and then double turned.
Okay.
Like, his reaction was great. I got a good laugh out of it. Could Logan Paul maybe be the next opponent after beating Jay? Go up against Jay after beating AJ Styles? That's incredible.
I mean, that's a belt technically.
Win. But
it's the SmackDown belt technically, and yeah, he is
the World Heavyweight Championship is a Raw Championship.
Oh, that
is
the Raw belt. My bad. My bad.
Which is the show Logan's on.
Yeah, Cena was on SmackDown belt. So, but Logan Paul is a SmackDown guy, isn't he?
No, he's a Raw guy. He when they brought Raw.
I don't know where was that the whole
when they brought
Raw.
Yes. No. Yes. With the Netflix moves. Yes.
Okay.
They announced it at the town hall where they announced Triple H going into the Hall of Fame.
All right. I didn't really pay a lot of attention to who was going where at that one.
Well, we talked about it on the show quite frequently. Do you even participate in the podcast?
What's a podcast?
Oh, wait. Oh.
Yo, that was dope.
Yeah, Scarlett's eyes are nuts. Like, did you see them like at the end of the thing there?
Yeah, just darting around.
What was that? Like, she might actually be possessed.
Maybe she hit the smelling salt.
WWE Unreal. Okay. And we're getting the trailer for that, I guess. Sure.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure I really need to watch this necessarily. I mean, we know basically what's going on backstage. It's
all right. That
performance.
that was the trailer.
I'm not really sure I need to watch that show.
Oh, we have up next Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who won last night, becoming the new Intercontinental Champion, defending that championship against Penta. Well, could we call this kind of a battle of luchadors in a way?
Dom's not a luchador. He's a wrestler. He's not a luchador.
He does he wrestles like a luchador.
There's wrestlers that do lucha moves that aren't.
What was that, BJ?
Has he ever wrestled in Mexico?
Not to my knowledge.
Yes, he did wrestle. I think he did have a match or two in AAA. And then he was in Lucha Underground. Literally. Trained by his father, who's a luchador. Talking about Eddie Guerrero, not Rey Mysterio.
Lucha Underground was in California.
That long ago?
No, I'm just saying, he has the heritage. He's a luchador.
Trained by the spirit of Eddie Guerrero?
No, what do you mean? Eddie was still alive when he was a kid.
No, well, he was training age.
Saraya, formerly known as Paige, started training at like the age of 5. Dominic Mysterio has been running around a ring his entire life. You're telling me he hasn't been doing moves? That's not just asinine, it's asinine.
That's fair. Maybe I should go in the penalty box for that.
Just like the idea of, he said it during the pre-show last night. Maybe just because he's only been active for a couple of years, but realistically, he's been around this business for 20 years now, if not more.
For my first year, he has his whole life. This one is one that Husky Boy Mike left in my fridge yesterday.
Meatburger. Da.
Yeah, good old German standard.
Yeah.
That's all.
Nice golden color. Nice pour to it. Not a lot of head.
I angled it too much in the beginning.
That's what she said. I tried to I tried, but he had to get that little.
Puts himself in the penalty box when I made the comment.
Go check the private chat.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Whoa.
My cat's yelling at me. I gotta go see what she wants.
You go handle that.
All right, we're back now, and Gunther is angry.
Oh, wow. Interesting. I guess we do. And you have you got McAfee's voice screaming you tapped out at him.
Curious that he wouldn't come out during
he's going off on Cole. Wow, he is really going at him.
Apparently there was a door that was shut and my cat was having to give me an earful about it.
So we have Gunther running down on Michael Cole about his play call. Rips the headset of Michael Cole's head. Pushes McAfee down. And he is choking out Michael Cole.
Oh, that ain't choke out McAfee.
Attacks Gunther.
And here comes Pierce.
Oh, come on, Gunther. Please put McAfee down. Please put McAfee down.
God.
I like
really, this. Pierce, you're going to tackle Gunther?
Wow.
Let them go.
Wow. And Gunther choking out Pat McAfee now.
His boy's trying to come to his aid, but being
Hey,
held back.
wow.
Nathan Jordan can't do anything right there.
And Gunther
He's just
has
looking-
that sleeper hold locked in.
He's
Oh,
Here's
please
the
make that.
referee
Please
just
lock that
the
in real. Please lock that in
But-
for real, Gunter. Please.
Oh, man.
And McAfee is dead. Rest in peace, Pat McAfee.
Please. Just just a little. Oops, I twisted the wrong way.
He's really red faced.
Yeah, like
cool.
it looks like he's really being choked out.
Good.
Are we leading toward a Pat McAfee versus Gunther match? I'm
I
sorry.
never knew
I
until this
never
moment that
liked-
I've always wanted to see that.
Pat
you know,
McAfee dead.
I'm a fan of Pat McAfee's style and
I
commentary.
like him.
I love the
I'm a
energy.
hater.
I love the energy he brings because that's what we're essentially doing. Being fans calling it.
Yeah, but I don't want us calling it on the main roster.
And also, I give him credit where credit's due. He's put in the work. And he also revitalized Michael Cole's career. If he's getting the okay from everybody else, that's a good sign.
I'm fine with never hearing him talk again.
Well, yeah, Pat McAfee's about as dead as Chad Gable was when the Wyatts re-debuted at the moment.
Jason Jordan didn't really do much there. He just stood there like.
And now what? We got Helms and Noble? No. No, that's
Darn it,
Michael Cole.
McAfee's coming too.
Somebody get that man a water and oxygen mask.
Here,
And you got McAfee's boys being held back.
Oh, here they come. They're gonna do nothing because Gunther's all the way down the ramp now.
Right?
Well, I think they're more trying to go check on their boy now than go chasing after Gunther.
But security's got to hold them back because they aren't supposed to even be where they are.
Well, unless it was scripted for them to jump the barricade.
No,
yeah,
but
it was
still,
scripted, but,
he would have to
but
look
still,
like
it's
Jordan.
scripted that they're not supposed to be beyond the barricade.
Well, isn't this the same conversation I had about Bandito's mom and sister at the last AEW pay-per-view? Those were his guys from it. Dan, those were the
those
guys
are his
from
show
his
guys
show.
that nobody cares about.
Pat McAfee having a little bit of trouble here, being helped to the back. Guys, there's literally no commentary on Raw right now. We are the Raw commentary. Just to put us over real quick.
All right,
But
sure. All right, referees.
What's that you watching?
McAfee trying to get there. Being helped by everybody. Cole as well. Right next, one of the people right next to him.
Yeah.
It looks like Adam Pearce told Jessica Carr to throw Gunther out the building.
Okay.
Yeah, well, Pat McAfee's not calling Raw the rest of the night, or maybe next week after that. Chef the Ref will be happy about that.
Yes, very. Yeah. Let's pretend like it's college football season all year long.
At least the next hour will be McAfee free.
We don't even have an hour left in this show, though. We got 20 minutes left. We got main event, and that's it.
All right, so let's bring out Joey Styles to call the rest of the show because there's no other man better to do it alone. Oh my God! Well,
Joey Styles needs his due respect. He was play-by-play and color commentary all in one.
Absolutely amazing. But just real quick to remind everybody, catch us Wednesday night, 7 p.m. at Spocast Official, where we will be doing the Taking It Home show of predictions, and you get to hear our picks of who we think will win and lose, which includes a battle of billboards with Vinny Pacifico taking on Miami Mike. We have the Skywalker Rumble, which will crown a new silver champion in SPO.
Yeah,
we have the Chester Street fight with Declan Grant and Christian Ross with Robbie in their corner. Boy, what a brain fart there, right?
How can you brain fart on Robbie Illuminati?
Right.
Yeah, seriously. They'll be taking on in a tag team match against Tay-Rock and Velcro, making their tag team debut. We have for the SPO Championship, Face defending against Rick Blade. And then, for the first time ever, we have Drew Gulak versus Simon Gotch. Seriously, WWE, you fumbled on this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's not as gracious as the... Yeah.
I really like in that graphic how everything is like black and white or like blue except the belt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent
and
graphic.
silver.
Yes, brought to you by Eclipse Graphics.
Nice.
And remember, in the end, as pro wrestling fans or any type of fandom, we're a bunch of marks. Just accept it.
It's the way it is, the way it is.
We're smart.
There's that poster.
Issue number 1 coming out next May.
Yes, I definitely need to get my $4.20 together for that.
Not this May, not next month, next May.
I know, it's going to be May.
I don't know, GTA 6 might be out first.
Look, I expect to be like in a nursing home, still waiting for GTA 6 at this point.
We'll get GTA 7 before we get 6.
Yes, Gunther, Media Moguls Productions. Yeah, Gunther Snap, definitely.
Yeah.
Interesting angle. I don't know if it maybe leads to Pat having a match with him, or this could just be one of those things where the guy attacks the announcers. All right, we are back from Monday night from the commercial, and no commentary yet, but they are showing the highlights of what occurred. Oh, we have Joe Tessitore at the table now, which I'm okay with. I love Joe Tessitore. I will put him over to the moon and back for anything he does. If he's at the table, I will listen to commentary.
Yeah, he's quality.
Like whether it's some comedy shtick like Holy Moly or it's him calling boxing.
Look at Jason Jordan just doing nothing.
Yeah, Jason Jordan didn't know what to do. Like, hey, what am I supposed to do? Huh? Do I break that up? Do I hold them back?
No, I'm going to go check on him. Now I'm going to go over there.
Now I'm going to go back over here.
And always spinning towards the future.
Jason Jordan looked like Dax and it looked like FTR doing that move.
All right, we're showing Pat McAfee in the back now with officials and Michael Cole. Getting some water. Looks like they're taking him to the trainer's room. Yep, that's where they're going.
He's a spitter.
His whole entourage. Oh, so Cole is off the desk.
Oh,
also.
Michael Cole was going to go back out to the table. Adam Pearce stops him.
We're not allowed to have
Michael Cole making a good point there. Michael Cole saying he's not going to allow some bully to dictate if he can do his job or not WrestleMania weekend. So you know what? Major props to major. I mean, they still considered it. Wow, Joe Tessitore is just looks like jeans and a button-up shirt.
He's ready for a fight.
I don't know. Hey, do you think Joe Tessitore
back hanging out? He wasn't planning on being on camera tonight.
Right.
Yeah. You think that he knows some of the boxing moves? Gunther comes after him. He hits him with the right hook, drops Gunther. Like, man, what happened? You get tapped out by Jey Uso and then knocked out by Joe Tessitore.
I am looking forward to this commentary team of Cole and Tess.
Yeah, two lead guys.
He's getting the chant.
Cole, Michael Cole. Michael Cole. Absolutely wonderful. And they are still in Vegas. So to me, this is kind of the conclusion of WrestleMania weekend. You know, I'll allow it.
Well, it does make me a little bit sad that that chant came across before the tariffs went into effect.
He said at WrestleMania.
Oh, did he? I thought he said weekend. That's on me. But, I mean, the man just got nearly choked out by Gunther. He's allowed to fumble his words. He's a commentator, not in-ring talent, all right?
Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom.
And just real quick, while we do have Dirty Dom coming to the ring, everybody, thank you for joining us for this whole adventure this past week with these live watch-alongs.
Thank you.
Starting at Raw last week, doing NXT, SmackDown, and this hectic weekend of more wrestling than time to watch. Like, I'm still catching up on certain things. I gotta watch the GCW show. There's another show. I gotta finish Bloodsport still.
I still have to finish Dynamite from last week.
You know, I want to go back and kind of watch that because a lot of people have been saying it was like the best Dynamite in a long time, and I felt like it was too. But I did miss certain things, like having a couple of you guys texting me asking, "Was that the Notorious Mimi?" Which I can confirm, yes, it was.
It was, yes. I saw it on her story. She confirmed it was her.
But yes, again, everybody, just thank you for joining us this week. We really appreciate it. We will be planning more watch-along content in the future, just not necessarily the weekly shows due to all our scheduling stuff.
Yeah, this is going to be a special event type of thing. Like, not every PLE is getting this treatment.
If it's my choice and I make the call, I would love to do the PLEs. Because I'd rather leave the weekly shows to us to talk about because that's our regular Sunday show.
Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, why bother with the Sunday show?
Because we could talk about other stuff then.
His mouth guard to say Jerome.
We talk about other stuff during the Sunday show already anyway.
Yeah, but then we won't have all this stuff to worry about. But rest assured, everybody, we won't be doing watch-alongs for AEW. We actually need them to do something to make us want to do a watch-along.
Something worth watch-along.
Brenda, thank you so much. I appreciate it. We appreciate
Brenda, thank
you watching and joining us tonight.
Glad we had you with us.
All right, Penta making his way to the ring.
Yeah, we have Michael Cole talking about what happened, how he won't let on commentary talking about the Gunther situation, which makes sense. Nothing against it. Do we get any other debuts? Do we see Braun Breaker tonight sometime during?
I feel like he's definitely going to be involved in this somehow.
I'm interested to see how Finn is involved in this personally.
I'm not sure Braun necessarily needs to make an appearance here tonight for this. Yes, he's going to want his belt back, but I don't think he needs to run and make any sort of an interruption or anything like that. He's there. We know Braun's there. We don't need the reminder.
Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I mean, but, you put Braun out there and you have everyone from the match last night.
I think this is more about Finn and Dom at the moment anyway.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean like simultaneous things couldn't be happening, or play into each other.
Honestly, I also feel like Braun Breaker has proved himself with that Intercontinental title, held it twice. It's now time to go chase that World Championship.
Yeah, it might, yeah.
I have no problem with keeping the title off him for a bit and letting him work up to getting a shot at Jay possibly, or whoever eventually dethrones him.
Who we got here? Anyone?
What?
Who
I messed up.
Oh,
I'm going with Dom. Yeah, Dom.
I got Dom retaining.
Dom retains.
Yeah.
Yep. I could see Finn costing Dom, and that leading.
Hot shotting 2 titles in 24 hours.
Dom just a transitional champion. He got his minute. You know?
But do it next week. Then that should happen next week. You don't hot shot with 2 titles in one night. Not like that.
Yeah, especially when Penta was actually
not since the Attitude Era, at least.
Yeah, you're right, Dom. Yeah, dirty Dom. So I had it muted. What was the crowd reaction?
Oh,
dirty Dom, dirty Dom.
They're chanting dirty Dom right now.
Just as I suspected.
Yeah, the crowd is trying to turn him babyface now.
All right, we're kind of at a standstill here. Penta needs to get back in the ring. Oh, Dom going for a looked like a dive through the ropes and gets caught by Penta. Penta to the top rope, crossbody to Dom.
Reminds me of when Becky Lynch tried to turn heel and the crowd wouldn't let her.
Or the Street Profits. Oh, Penta over the top rope with a somersault to Dom.
There was one promo in particular. She's sitting there insulting the crowd.
And it looks like we are going to commercial.
I love you. Yeah, I don't like how soon into the match they go to commercial.
I'd rather have it now so that we get the finish of the match without having to do a commercial break, like 5 minutes.
And we come back from that, and 1 minute later we're done.
Yeah, no point. To get the commercial. I mean, that is a decision as well. Where do you place the ads, not to kill? I just miss on Netflix the pictures in picture, as compared to the other shows. They need to figure that out. A way to react.
Well, Netflix could easily do that. They've done split screen stuff before.
One of the many things that makes AEW better.
Anyway, we can't be having all that type of talk during Monday Night Raw after Mania, all right?
Oh, the heel move by BJ.
We can't be having that shit.
Oh, what the? That girl got some kind of a weird infection. Until dawn. Okay, sure. This commercial, I get that they're advertising juice, but I don't understand why they have to wrestle against laundry and microwaves to drink juice.
Because that's the only way you catch the juice. Oh wow! No, let me allow. I forgot you were in the penalty box. My bad.
Wow, he just forgot about you, BJ.
Sorry, man. You got caught up in everything and got stuck in catering for a bit. All right, the penalty
at least it was just during a commercial.
I'm
I could have gotten out at any time.
Look, look, I'm officially rebranding the penalty box to catering.
That makes sense.
Oh, sure.
And it's not the good catering the top stars get.
No,
it's the slice of pizza.
It's like a cold slice of pizza, and if you eat it, the guy who's been there for 20 years is probably going to beat you up in your next match. Is Cody sewing? Oh no,
he's embroidering. That's embroidery.
I just glanced up. Back to the action.
Yeah, more Clash of Clans advertisements. And we're back to the actual match.
Corner. Dom seated in the corner. Penta with his trademark headstand on the top rope comes down into the drop kick, rolls back, pulls Dom. Looks like he's going to go for the pin here. We got a 1. We got a 2. Dom kicks out. That looked a little close. Dom might have really
My
felt it.
eye
I'm like
fell
another
behind.
5 seconds behind you again somehow.
And it's not letting me jump back ahead.
Dom shoves Penta in the ropes, rebound, and a tilt-a-whirl something. Gets a 2 count. Thank you, ref. Penta in the corner, super kick to Dom. Another super kick to the gut. Climbs up, seated in the top rope. He's signaling for
All
the.
I somehow got back to being caught up to you. Oh, Dom with the counter into the tornado DDT from running up the ropes.
Oh, he gets 2 9/10 on that.
Yeah.
On that. The kickouts are getting so much closer, I've noticed. Dom looks like he's climbing to the top. Maybe going to get froggy. Oh, but Penta intercepts him. Enziguri. Dom seated on the top. Penta ascends. Looks like he might be going for a Hurricane Rana, but no. Dom's awake. Shoves Penta onto the apron. Penta with a slap to the chest. Almost knocks Dom off the turnbuckle. Penta with a step up. Wow. Step up Hurricane Rana.
That was a nice head scissor takeover from the top rope.
And a Penta driver. We got
the
both men
Mexican
down.
driver to Dom.
Finn looking on, looks concerned.
Dominic rolls out of the ring.
Nice sell there by Dom.
Yeah.
What great ring awareness of the situation for Dom to roll out of the ring.
Here it comes.
Smart move.
Finn going to help Dom.
All right, we got
all right.
We got Finn coming over to Dom.
You all right? Or should I kick you in the head?
Yeah, Penta just Hurricane Rana.
Oh, whoa, hold on. What was that? That did not look good. That looked like Finn power bombed him and then still did I'm surprised Penta's right back up from that.
Because that was Penta.
But you heard him hit the mat and it looked like a power bomb.
JD's back.
McDonough has returned.
What's up, big head?
Penta set up for the 619.
619. Nails it going up top. Getting froggy.
Boom.
Frog splash. 1, 2. There it is. Dom retains.
1, 2. Yeah. Your winner and still the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio.
Yep.
Finn looking.
There it is.
Looking a little confused with JD coming back.
Welcome
Thanks
back
to the
JD.
Leprechaun.
There's another return for us tonight.
Yeah.
And now Judgment Day
is looking stronger than ever.
Yeah, Judgment Day currently at full strength now.
Yeah.
With gold. They got 2 championships to them.
Yeah.
Maybe Finn should chase after Jay and that world title?
No, Finn feels like he wants to chase after Dom in the IC belt.
But hey, I'm
JD
just
and Finn for the tag titles.
There we go. Carlito's still just there.
Yeah,
until Braun comes out and spears him.
Look, no, you have Carlito go win the Speed Championship.
Yeah, sure.
We got New Day celebrating at the top ramp. It looks like
New Day.
Judgment Day. I'm sorry. And it looks, just to point this out here, it looks like Finn Balor had no idea JD was returning, and they're supposed to be best friends.
Right.
Very interesting thing.
JD.
All right. Commentary. They're talking about what happened with Pat McAfee at the moment. Joe Tessitore finally put his jacket on. Dude, he's like, I'm going to be on camera. All right, let me get this back on real quick. Wow. I do agree with Joe Tessitore said, regardless of how you feel about what they say, you never lay your hands on the announce team. Absolutely agree.
Well, McAfee attacked Gunther.
No, but McAfee attacked Gunther because he started choking out Michael Cole. So Gunther started the entire thing to begin with. If he never
started one encounter, but then
you're not going to twist it and make Gunther the good guy in this situation. Gunther's the bad guy.
Are we actually getting more than 2.5 hours out of this Raw?
Yeah, it looks like it. We are usually this is about usually the time where Raw ends. So, I mean, it is the Raw after Mania. We're currently getting El Grande, Americano, and Ray Phoenix highlights from WrestleMania.
Huh. Interesting. Is this leading somewhere or other than...
Wow. So, what if El Grande Americano becomes the new AAA champion?
Oh, God. This obvious AI everything with this is just magnificent.
It's beautiful. I love it.
This gimmick is just fantastic. just a pure joke gimmick.
Shorty G has really come a long way. I'll tell you what.
What's he have to do with
Frida's painting him?
Gracias!
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, we still have Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman coming up next.
Okay.
So, yeah, this makes sense.
Paul's got that old look on his face again.
As I've always said, Paul Heyman, the manager of heels, not baby faces.
Yep.
Just to toss that up there real quick, just to remind people, Seth Rollins defeated Roman Reigns and CM Punk in what was a great
match of the weekend for me.
A great main event for night one.
Yeah.
Which is something every show this weekend between Stand and Deliver and both nights of WrestleMania had some type of triple threat on them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, at least one multi-person match.
But yeah, this is a good cap off to WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, I'm down with Paul Heyman main eventing.
As Wrestling New Year.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, WrestleMania is the end of the year. This is New Year.
Yeah, this is the beginning of
reset.
season. Yeah, this is the beginning of season 42.
Yeah.
Well, longer than that.
But if we go by
WrestleMania 42 is what we're leading up to next year.
Yes.
42.
Yeah, season 41's in the books.
The season only started when WrestleMania.
The season
ends
at WrestleMania.
No, but that's when the WrestleMania started. That was the spinoff that ended up becoming the main show. We go WrestleMania to WrestleMania now. That's how it's been for a while now. Everything leads up to the next big show.
Yeah, obviously, that's not what I'm saying at all.
WrestleMania is the end of the season. The Raw after Mania is the start of the new season. There's about a 5-minute off season.
None of this, like, I wasn't disputing any of that. That's never mind. I was just saying I wouldn't call it season 42 because you're neglecting the years and years of wrestling before.
No,
we're talking about just WrestleMania season.
We're talking about the WrestleMania era. That's a different era. The WrestleMania era, we're starting season 42.
We've had like 5 different eras since WrestleMania started.
So those are the chapters of it all.
Whatever, man. I get it.
WrestleMania epoch.
Yeah,
epoch.
You're overthinking it as we're looking at it as every year it's a single.
You were debating something that I had said nothing about.
That's what we do.
We're not discrediting the history before WrestleMania, but that was also a completely different. But that's also the era that Vince's dad owned it.
It's season 42 of WrestleMania.
So you're saying we're in season 2 right now? Okay, cool.
That's the WWF era.
So we're in season 2. You're saying, not 42.
No, this is season 42. How is this season
2 of season 2 of Hunter's WrestleManias?
Oh, okay.
Season 2 of Hunter Mania.
I mean, isn't that just a new writer in the script room, basically, though? That's
I like the new
Dr.
better. Made more
that,
sense.
But that would be because then SNL, every time they get a new writer, the whole thing should just be rebooted.
Well, it should be rebooted anyway.
That's a different story for a different podcast. All right.
I like my New Year's metaphor better. It didn't cause drama.
But to say this is wouldn't this be season 3 of the Triple H era technically?
Yeah, I was having trouble matching
since Cody's first WrestleMania main event.
Oh, so there's
not
BC and AD before Cody and something in Latin.
Well, Cody was there also before.
Yeah, Stardust. No, I know Cody was.
But it's just an interesting way to look at it in that aspect.
Yeah, I stand by Wrestling New Year.
I mean, I just look at it as more as like almost like the Super Bowl aspect. You know, we start the season, the Raw after Mania, and the culmination of everything over the year is the next way around. Football before the Super Bowl era began is still acknowledged, but it's just a different era. As now we've come to the conclusion for us, this is the Triple H era. So this is season 3 of the Triple H era.
We got away from it, now you want to bring it back to that.
Because that's the conversation we're having?
It wasn't, though. That was the point. I wasn't talking about that. That you brought that up.
That was how the whole conversation started.
Maybe for you, but I was talking about something else.
But so when you chimed in, the conversation was already started between me and Chef.
I'm in a conversation?
Because it started when I
What a great referee. Great job, sir.
It started when I said...
As good as any other.
Like Wrestling New Year, and you were like, no, it's the season premiere. And
it is the season premiere.
Okay.
It's the
I'm fine with that, but then you went and put a number on the season. I was fine with that until you went and labeled it season 42 or whatever.
Well, because it is. But now it's season 3 of the Triple H era. But now we have Seth Rollins in the ring.
Yeah, we got X-Men Legacy numbering. I'm fine with Wrestling New Year. That was my point.
Nope, I don't.
Dramatic.
Wrestling New. I don't feel like Wrestling New Year fits.
How so?
Because there's no countdown.
I think it fits.
New Year's is a countdown thing. There's no New Year.
We had a whole countdown. How many countdowns did we have for days leading up to
start of the show, not the end.
We had countdowns forever leading. 31 days left till WrestleMania. 22 days left till WrestleMania.
That season sounds better. It's a TV show. It makes more sense. New Year only happens once a year, and there's no story lead up to New Year.
Raw after Mania only happens once a year, and it's the beginning of all the stories.
So then you're agreeing with me. That's the season premiere. You just don't want to label it as that.
Did we not just say two different things?
Is Seth about to do the Roman Mike thing? And he does.
And Paul obliges.
Here we go. A push carrying sign in the crowd. Does Seth not know where the hard camera is anymore? We've had the crowd chant for both Roman and Punk while waiting for Seth to speak.
This is exactly where the hard camera is. He's just creating drama.
Drama. F you Heyman chant.
Wow. Okay, sure.
Oh, Heyman's been going off ever since, like
He's
today
loving the
and
chant.
last night, man.
He is loving those chants. Thank you, he says.
Ooh, he says he took a wise man from Roman Reigns. And that he stole Punk's best friend. Wow. Just starting. He says he's the winner of the main event at WrestleMania. And before he can get his name out his mouth, he is interrupted by the best in the world, CM Punk, who is taping up his hands as he is coming out. Punk looks ready for a fight. Rollins looking like he's ready to fight as well. And these two just throwing right hands at each other. Let's get it.
Stayed muted. I thought there was going to be a little dialogue.
Yeah, there was a little dialogue. And then we got CM Punk.
But I meant between them.
And we got CM Punk beating down Rollins in the corner with the stomps. But we have Heyman trying to tiptoe up to it, but he's hesitating. Uh-oh. Rollins down. Punk turning his head to look at Heyman. Heyman telling him not to do it. Heyman telling him he made him do it. Punk with his hands on Heyman as he pushes him into the corner, and then Rollins from behind, saving Heyman. Dragging him down to the mat, and then hits a curb stomp on Punk. Got the fans chanting for Roman Reigns to come out.
Roman ain't showing up tonight.
No,
that's a wasted chant.
No, I think this is it for the show. Yep.
Oh, we got Heyman about to say something.
Nope. We got credits.
Yeah, we have the credits rolling with the the crowd chanting, "We want Roman."
Oh, he's talking now.
Wait. Oh, there, Heyman mentioning 42.
Season 42.
Wait, if Heyman says it, then it's true. That's all I'm saying. I'll take that from Heyman all day.
Couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. You're muted, BJ.
Yeah, you're muted. You buried yourself there. Good job. Whoa! And out comes, after Heyman saying there's only one true person, we have the OTC himself.
I was completely wrong about that.
Reigns
Rollins is like, get up, I need your help.
Rollins throwing
Here,
Punk now out of the ring. But we don't see Roman yet, though.
He's under the ring. He's on a zip line. No, there he is.
Oh, we hear the tribal chief. The man we all acknowledge, Roman Reigns. This is not over between these three men. And Punk and Roman now have a common enemy. And now, Roman in the ring. Rollins goes for a clothesline, spears, and takes a spear from Roman Reigns. And now Heyman left alone in the ring with Roman.
Superman punch.
And Superman punch to Paul Heyman. And the crowd goes wild for it.
Now, see,
Paul's
how long
spray
is
can's
this after
starting
the
to come
credits?
off on his coat.
Credits rolled 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
If we would have turned it off when the
They
credits
did,
rolled,
they did that on purpose. Roman's setting up for a spear, it looks like.
oh, a masked man spears Roman, and
And
it's
a masked man
Braun.
appears. Braun Breaker spearing Roman.
There's Braun.
Reigns.
Going
Braun
for the
and
world
Seth
title.
facing
Oh,
off.
and now we have Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker staring each other down in the corner.
Oh!
Ring. And a spear to CM Punk. Braun
Ooh.
Breaker has appeared to align himself with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman.
Love it. Love it. Yes.
Wow. What does this mean going
This means
forward?
this is
They're telling them to
beautiful.
go get Roman. Big dog
Hey,
against
yeah,
little
yeah.
dog.
We got the crowd chanting, holy shit.
Oh, Roman.
I agree with. We got
Roman's ready for him,
Punk
though.
in
Hits
the-
him with an
in
uppercut.
the ring. But Roman hits Braun with a right hand, backing him off, but falls to the ground after it. They are from
Oh, choo-choo.
Braun building up some speed, running around the ring, and spears Roman Reigns through the timekeepers area,
Oh,
through the
yeah.
barricade. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to
Damage
be happy
done
about that.
to the tribal chief. And now Rollins is calling for Braun to bring Roman to the ring.
Now, my question is, which one of them is going to wind up covered in dog food?
Well, they got to bring back Corbin first.
Wow. Just wow. Way to bury the moment.
Sorry.
All right. We got Braun kind of choked. Oh,
Stomp the Punk.
curbs. Yeah.
It's not the curb stomp anymore.
So something that during the McAfee earlier show that Heyman said, Seth is now in the position Roman Reigns was forming the bloodline. Are we seeing like an anti-bloodline being formed? Curb stomp to Roman Reigns.
It's not the curb stomp. It's just the stomp now. They changed that like a year ago, 2 years ago.
And I'm still going to call it the curb stomp.
That's not very peaceful.
When WWE puts me on their payroll, I'll change it.
Him in spray can suit.
Wow. Just wow. Braun Breaker is now a Paul Heyman guy?
It makes total sense.
And this is something we talked about.
Yeah.
There's somebody that could benefit? Wow.
Yeah, Breaker's
Let's
definitely going to
agree.
benefit from this.
And Raw has
That's it.
finally gone off the air after showing the ending credit thing. 10
WrestleMania
minutes
week is
ago?
over.
Holy shit.
Nah, yeah, agreed, Brenda. Did not see
Yeah.
any of that coming at that end there.
See you
I
again
mean-
for SmackDown Live.
I mean, we kind of did. And when Roman came out, it was like, all right, there's the part we really didn't see coming. None of us saw Braun Breaker joining this quick. Seth Rollins continuing to show why he is always a step ahead of Roman Reigns and everybody else in that locker room.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just-
Paul Heyman is getting his stable back together. This is new Paul Heyman group. I
Now,
love it.
you know,
I'm here for it.
I feel like we're going to have one more person joining, and after after what we kind of saw with Sammy tonight, where there was the idea of the tease of him attacking Jay, could we be looking at Sami Zayn being a guy that Roman betrayed?
Yeah,
being that third guy, because he would be the one with the inside knowledge besides Heyman.
Yeah, potentially.
Or do we see him stay with the Usos possibly and another third person? You know, who would be the good third person besides Sammy? Let's talk about this real quick before we're getting off the air.
R-Truth. I'm glad everybody knows that.
I mean, he has held more championship times as champion than even John Cena. So, John Cena, you want to call yourself the GOAT? You have nowhere near as many championship reigns as Ron Killing. Just saying.
Talk to me when you get to 50.
Yeah, right?
And he's at somewhere 60-something, you know? But yeah, guys who could join this stable, maybe somebody like a Ridge Holland, pair him
You're saying, guys, how about a girl? How about Zoe Stark or Shayna Baszler?
Nah.
But both of Paul Heyman,
good job.
Paul Heyman being able to put his fingerprints on them in a way that storyline wise would work out really well. Mm-hmm. I can see that. I wouldn't mind that, because especially with what they've been posting online recently, leading up to WrestleMania. What about Karrion Kross? And did you get Scarlett for that? Karrion Kross or Paul Heyman?
Karrion doing his own thing though.
Yeah,
like we saw what happened when we threw Paul Ellering with him, and it wasn't good.
Paul Ellering's not Paul Heyman, though.
No, he's not.
He didn't really.
Paul Ellering stopped being relevant when he stopped managing the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was nice to see him come back, and the AOP got that rub from him managing them and everything. But when it comes down to it, the two greatest managers in history, Paul Heyman and Bobby the Brain Heenan. If you were paired as a talent with either of those guys, you knew you had a chance to do something.
Mr. Fuji too.
I'll throw Bill Alfonso on that list.
Oh yeah. He didn't really manage many people though.
Not many, but Sabu, RVD.
At the moment, I'll also say Don Callis just for this moment, because it seems like stuff with the Callis family, they get pushes. But yes, on that note, I think it's time for us to finally
1, 2, 3, ring that bell.
My watch is telling me it's closing time. So real quick, you'll be able to catch us on Spokecast official YouTube channel this Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, for the Taking It Home show, where we will give our predictions and spoilers. Or not spoilers, that's what Heyman does.
Predictions. You're not Paul Heyman.
No. Not only am I not Paul Heyman, my brain is just mush.
Oh, yeah. You know? It's been a long week of wrestling.
Yeah.
It really has. Everybody, thank you for joining us for this entire
Thank you, everybody,
ride.
So much.
It was a blast.
DJ Hart.
It really was.
All right.
So
thank you.
The next time we will be live here on this channel will be May 4th when we return for this normal weekly episode of BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. And who knows what's going to happen between now and then. Keep an eye on the social medias, because we'll still be posting shorts. There will be something at least coming out. So
follow us all on Instagram.
Yeah, you won't go completely without our opinions, whether you like it or not. And on that note, everybody, be good to each other. Again, catch us Wednesday night on Spokecast Official.
Or I'm sending Seth Rollins after you.
Big John Studd.
Big John Rollins.
It was just the white pants.
Yeah.
And on that note, everybody, have a good night. Again, thank you for joining us. Be good to each other. And we are out.
Hey, I'm Live Wire Charlie.
And I'm Dangerous.
And we are Live Danger.
And you're watching
BJ
and DG Talk Wrestling.